chapter 20, verse 3. I think it's what we're talking about. You good? You good?
And who this is?
That's if you want to.
No, yeah, but I got some.
I'll go get another one.
All right. Shalom, shalom. GMSG camp back out here once again to do what we've been called to do. Let's prophesy. Before we get started, like always, we want to give all praises and glory. The bonus to our teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Right?
This is the book of Revelation 20:1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Yeah, when you read the scriptures, it always likens Esau to a dragon, serpent, Satan. What? Because that's not talking about what Christianity will have you believe that it's talking about a spiritual entity, meaning one of the angels that they say he fell. They said he was in heaven playing the piano one day. He hit a bad note. He hit a bad key. And he said, you know what, fuck this piano. I'm going to go recruit some other angels and let's rebel against the Most High. That's what Christianity and Catholicism teaches. That once he rebelled against the Most High, he was cast into this fiery place in the spiritual realm that burns forever. But that's not what the scripture is talking about, all right? The scriptures clearly tell us that the orderly arrangement of the angels are in perfection. They don't go off. Why don't they go off? Because they don't abide in the flesh, all right? This flesh is what causes you to go off, all right? The angels, the spirits, they don't go off. They don't sin, all right? Because they're not embedded in the flesh, right? They're not in the chains of darkness. So Satan, whether he a left-hand side angel, a right-hand side angel, whether it be a right-hand side angel or a left-hand side angel, they don't rebel because they're in perfection. They do a roll to perfection. Brother Hold Job and Satan and the sons of the God, you know, because when he cast Satan, it's talking about Esau, right? When he shut Esau up for a period of time. So read that verse again, brother.
Well, I'll start at the top. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent.
That old serpent. The dragon, that old serpent. So that must be the serpent that is talking about in the garden that deceived Eve. Right? So, and we know that the serpent wasn't an actual slithering snake. We know that the serpent, and a brother can hold that in Genesis, the curse of the serpent. He was going to slither upon his belly. Right? We know it had to be talking about a man because snakes don't talk. This is not a Disney movie. Snakes don't get you to go off. Right? Snakes are in their natural order within nature. So this is talking about the characteristics of a man. Okay? Go ahead. Did the brother get that, Job? Get that real quick. Get his Oriel.
This is Job chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself there before the Lord.
That's the point. Get Isaiah 27 verse 1. That's the point. The sons of God came to present themselves to the Most High. And Satan was called the son of God, a son of the Most High. But pursuant to Christianity, Satan was already fallen by then. Because they say that the Nephilim during the time of Noah, right? The fall of man, they say that the Nephilim are the fallen angels. Right? So Satan would have had to fall and the angels would have had to fall by then. So why is Job talking about Satan going to meet with the rest of the sons of God, the rest of the angels? Right? because he's in his orderly heavenly arrangement of being the head left-hand side angel. That's all it is. Right? Get the
Isaiah 27.
get Isaiah 27 real quick.
Yeah. This is Isaiah 27:1, and it says, "In that day, the Lord." And it says Isaiah 27:1, "In that day, the Lord, with his sword and great and strong sword, shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent."
The crooked serpent. Now, is that talking about Leviathan, the creature in the sea? No. It's talking about that dragon. He's likened as a dragon. Why would the Lord punish one of his favorite creations? He boasts about Leviathan in the scriptures. He says, who can pierce his scales? Who can put a hook in Leviathan's mouth? Right? He loves Leviathan. He's not talking. Leviathan's not crooked. Leviathan is waiting to do what he's been created to do. Leviathan is in his perfect arrangement within nature. But the crooked serpent, the crooked Leviathan is Esau, the so-called white man. He's that dragon. He's that old serpent. Right? Brother, get that Genesis?
Yeah, this is Genesis 3, and we get to the point 14. It says, "And Yahweh power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed."
Seed. That's the key word, seed. Right? Who carries seed? Right? Now, man and woman have something called semen, but men within their semen have what? Sperm. Which goes back to sperm, which goes back to seed. We're able to penetrate a woman and lay seed in her. So the serpent also has seed. So he's going to put enmity between the serpent seed and the woman's seed. Right? Now the righteous seed came through that woman. And what is that righteous seed? Adam. We know Abel, but Abel was seen by Cain, so it went to Seth. So forth and so on down to Enoch, Noah, right? Shem, right? All the way down to Jacob. Right? The righteous forefathers. So when he says I'm gonna put enmity between the serpent seed and the woman seed, that's talking about when you fast forward in the future, you get Jacob and Esau, right? From Isaac. Because the scriptures tell us what? They were wrestling in the woods, right? That's enmity. They're enemies, right? Now the scripture right there said that he was gonna read it again, brother.
Okay. Genesis 3:15 again, and it says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel."
It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise its heel. You know, brother, give me that in the book of Edges.
So I gotta just say something else, right?
Yeah. Give me that. Because who was on the hill of Esau? The woman's seed. That bared from Isaac.
Okay.
Isaac bared Jacob. Whoever got it.
This is 2 Ezra 6:9, and it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is betwixt the hill and the hand. Other questions Ezra asked thou not."
The hand is betwixt the hill. What? Because Jacob had Esau's heel like this. So Esau is the beginning that followeth. Right? So that's how you determine who the serpent is, who the dragon is. And it's not a coincidence that he's red. Like a dragon is described, a red dragon, a great red dragon. Right? A fire-breathing dragon. Right? So let's go back. We already touched on the other precepts. We just read it. So let's go back to Revelation.
Revelation 20:3. "And cast him into the bottomless pit, shut him up, and set a seal upon him."
What is that bottomless pit? It's Europe, right? But it goes to them being destroyed, all right? Destructive state. That's why the scripture said he shut them up. He shut them up over there in Europe, right? Yeah, during the time where they were called the Dark Ages, right? They say it was a time with no knowledge, no enlightenment. Well, for them it was, but not for our people, because we were the ones ruling Europe and creating inventions all right, and putting wisdom in the earth. Now we were going off because our people were ruling as the Moors, which the Moors, they were a community of the Islamic people, right? They believed upon Islam. So they were going off, which is why their ass got brought down. But during that time, Esau was shut up. He was living in caves, mountains, woods, and wildernesses, right? He was speaking that wooga 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 shit. They show you that in the Flintstones.
Show you that in scripture. I think it's in Job. I mean, what, 39?
You get it.
39.
If I may, real quick, you know, the elders and apostles went into where the devil is all the time, and that's a deceiver. So now that he has rulership, what did he do? And when Sons of Dark Ages was over and the Renaissance came, he painted over our likeness, so there will be no history of us being on top. And like the brother said, now when you think of the Dark Ages, like he tell it had nothing to do with us being on top. It just had to do with them being at a somber state. They didn't bring out the truth. It's deception. That's why we call them the deceiver.
Oh, is Ariel the Eminent son? No, the Renaissance. Yeah, so when you go into the Renaissance, it's the rebirth. It's the rebirth of what? The Roman Empire, which is what we're touching on in Revelation chapter 20. But you see what they did during the time of the Renaissance. They had those famous painters such as Da Vinci, right? Michelangelo, right? And they were practicing an art called iconoclasm, where they would go and see the dark images of Jacob up there in Europe, and they would decide to paint them as themselves. Can a brother give me that? They opened the book for the Lord and sought to paint their images. Right? They sought to paint their images, man. And they even went as far as painting themselves as the Lord.
Yep.
Now, where in the scriptures that the Lord has leprosy? Because the lack of pigmentation is leprosy. And we can prove that within the law. The scriptures say if you have a yellow thin hair, this is leprosy of the scalp. If you have a white blemish, it's just spotted on you, you're an unclean leper. But if you're totally pale, you're a clean leper. Now you look at it, there's this model, Winnie the Pooh. But she's an unclean leper. When you Google her, she's spotted. She's Jacob. I believe I think she's either from Benjamin.
Yeah, she's definitely
she's from one of those tribes.
Caribbean.
Yeah, but she's spotted. She's an unclean leper. You was about to say something?
Going back into what you're saying, that they covered up, but what's going on is now, that's how we know we're at the end days, is being revealed. Look at your boy Putin. Every time he brings something, did we put it in the chat?
Video of him.
Yeah, opening up it's like a chest, whatever, and it's Yahweh Shai, a colored man, you know, with dark pigment, you know. You know, it's coming out right now.
Yeah. So because they have something in Russia called what, the Russian icons, right?
That book is
Jake was ruling over there too. So when you go into a lot of those churches, it's not but Jake image is still up. Even the Pope still bows down to the what you call the Black Mary, right? Which that's off any damn way because you're not supposed to be bowing down to Mary, right? The Book of Luke teaches us that the Lord said, when the man said, "Oh, blessed is the womb that you came out of," he said, "No, glory be to the Most High Father. Blessed is the man that believes upon Yahweh Bashar, right?" Because people are deemed the woman great because she bared the man's seed. But all she did was bear the man's seed. I was listening to this big mustache, potato face looking, potato head face nigga Steve Harvey. And
sharing this shit.
yeah, he was on Shannon Sharp. And he said, "What else does a woman have to come to the table with? She can make another you." Nigga, what type of logic is that? So if I put a baby in a crackhead that's on the street, she made another me, so that's all she needed to do was just do that. What logic does that mean? Of course, you got the simple women that are eating it up.
Yeah, that's right. You men, that's all we need to do. Just keep there you a child. We got to do nothing for you.
But the book of Titus tells us that y'all supposed to be. Matter of fact, give me that real quick. What is it? Titus, the second chapter?
Yeah, Titus.
Real quick. You know, then we'll get back to EAS. Because Esau's system was rapidly declining, man. You got these nations joining the BRICS. I think it's like 24 nations now signing on. So Esau's hegemony system of the petrodollar is crazy. Right? It's gonna be a hot summer, very hot summer, because they're starting to Fed now. Now the Fed now app when it's launched, it's not going to affect us directly. That's for the banks to sign on, to start signing on before it comes to the consumers. All right. So you can expect after this summer, the fall is going to be, who knows what's going to happen. You know, because once they get these banks online with the new banking system, then it's the time to attack the common people. Right? Brother got that.
God, this is Titus chapter 2, verse 3, straight to the point. And it says the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as become of holiness, not false accusers, not giving much wine, teachers of good things. You know, and false accusers, what they do, what the biggest woman do is lie, man. You know, they lie on their husbands, you know. They lie on everything, man, you know. You know, that's, you know, I mean, that's, and of course, what did they learn that from? They learned that from Daddy E, man. You know, because what? They have the liberty to do so, you know, and get away with it, man. You know, when it comes to law, so to speak, man. Like I said, the law's in their favor. You know what I mean? A prime example is look at the court system, man. You know, child support, co-parenting, you know. You know, if a mother, like I said, she could be a crackhead and the father could be, you know what I mean, a good father, but according to the law, the child's supposed to be given to the mother, man. Knowing that it's common that you mean you look at a bad mother that look at her, man. You know what I mean? She's not in the right state of mind, man. You know, that can actually basically hurt the child, man. You know, there's a lot of good fathers out there. You know what I mean? They can't, you know what I mean, get to that child, man, because what over their mothers, man.
Yeah, the mothers have become, what's that term, sister moms. When they want to be the daughter's friend instead of the daughter's mother. They on TikTok doing the dances with them. Scripture say you're supposed to be teaching them righteous things. Mm-hmm. So you gotta come. So you're supposed to be coming to the table with that. That's one thing. Go ahead, brother.
That's what I think. You mean that's what I get. That's what I got a thing called fatherless. It's like a fatherless America. You know, on YouTube, it show you. And going back to verse 4, it says that they teach the young women to be sober, to love.
You bitches ain't sober. Every minute, y'all listening to Tory Lanez drinking Casamigos. Every weekend, y'all drinking Casamigos, Hennessy. Me, you and Hennessy that day's low school. Because you women, y'all the weaker vessel. Y'all don't know how to hold y'all living. My little sister just came from Miami. I heard her story. She was in the public, throwing up on the boardwalk. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They ass ain't supposed to be out doing that shit. Right? Yeah. That's not how you supposed to behave. So when Steve Harvey said his ugly ass up, if there's one black nigga I hate is Steve Harvey. So all the niggas is Steve Harvey. Because every time he open his mouth, he's boosting up these women and bringing down true manhood. Nigga, how about your slut of a daughter, man?
This book was called Think Like a Man.
Think like a man. What about your slut of a daughter? She got a new man every goddamn minute. You clearly ain't raised up by the scriptures, and you supposed to be a God-fearing man. Every time you're on the radio, you talking about God. Your God is Satan.
She jumped from puppy to puppy, son. You know, then mess with two friends and all that. Like, you know, got the nerve. And Steve Harvey got the nerve to be yelling at men. Talking about man, get their shit together. Because basically what he's saying is that old saying what women say. What do you bring to the table? I am the table. You know what I mean? That bullshit. What the fuck you mean? Yeah.
His God is his woman, his wife. Yeah. We know who runs that house.
You know, that's his third wife. You know, he had 2 failed marriages, so-called failed marriages. Now you telling women the game. You know what I mean? The so-called game. You know what I mean?
The hypocrisy.
You celebrities and other leaders of our people. We've been ordained with that authority through the spirit of Yahweh Shema. As long as the true spirit is upon us and we have the oil, we are the leaders of the people. Not LeBron James, not Jay-Z, not Oprah Winfrey. Now none of these niggas Esau Proctor in Hollywood as your celebrities to follow. You don't follow fucking celebrities, man. What righteous moral code do they have? You know what it takes to get to that level in a wicked kingdom? Do you know what you have to do to get millions and millions in a wicked kingdom? This ain't a righteous kingdom we under. You want millions of dollars, you gotta backstab, you gotta murder, you gotta do all type of sexual abominable acts. Because we're under Satan's rulership. So all these people that you prop up, your favorite rapper, your favorite athletes, you don't get to that level without doing some form of wickedness and corruption, man.
For may add on, if you follow a celebrity, you might as well follow the Black Panther then. The actual story of the Black Panther or Superman or Batman. Because it's all scripted, it's not real. That celebrity that you look up to, like you say LeBron or Michael Jordan or whatever, you know, that's not really who they are. That's who E has appointed to be the blind of our people's leader. You know, they're not really like that. Like we always bring in black culture with hip hop. These rappers, for the longest, how many people that was a little older than us thought NWA was really gangsters? Like they was real in the hood, putting work in. Ice Cube not even from Compton. Ice Cube grew up with both parents in a nice household. The only one that did a little dirt was Eazy-E. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunately, you know, that's what we're under right now. You know, and that's what he does. He goes. It's all an act. It's a script. You know.
You don't listen to celebrities for advice on life because they're not. You have to be instilled with the moral code of Yahweh Shemel Shah. You have to embody the fruits of the spirit, the righteous fruits of the spirit, the characteristics of the fruit of the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah. You can't lead people if you don't have that.
I'll make one more thing real quick. The shit that tripped me out is that would you take $20,000 or a dinner with Jay-Z? You know what I mean? And some people be like, no, I'm gonna take dinner with Jay-Z because he gonna put me. He had no say so of him being where he is. I stand corrected. He had to do a couple things, some strange things for a piece of change. You know what I mean? To get to that position.
He not gonna tell you niggas nothing anyways. If y'all there for dinner with him now, he'll tell a nigga like Meek Mill the code. Yeah, you got to meet with them Jews. What do you think Meek Mill got all that shit from meeting with Amalek, being a damn faggot? Meek Mill get more effeminate every time you see him. That's because he been with the Rock Nation, nigga. Tory Lanez came against Rock Nation and Jay-Z did. Look what they did to him.
Get your ass out of here, nigga.
So that shows you how demonic of an entity that is right there. What's going on with that? You know? To this day, fucking Chris Brown, he was supposed to be the biggest. It wasn't supposed to be no star bigger than him at one point. Then Drake come out of nowhere. But how was Drake ever able to take that spot? Well, he fucked with Rihanna, Jay-Z's artist. And they made sure he didn't blow up farther than just being an urban R&B star. This nigga was gonna be the next biggest pop sensation. Man. I remember listening to that nigga in middle school, high school. That nigga was about to blow up. He had all them pop hits and shit. As soon as that shit happened, he can't perform at the Grammys. He can't perform at this place. He can't perform at that place. We're not gonna play his record here.
He has some slack, so
Go ahead.
But yeah, I just wanted to add on. You know, I mean, like I was saying, thanks. I mean, you have to be in this society. You have to be popular, man. You know, what I mean, you have to get tons of followers. You know, social media. You know, what I mean, you got to do. You know, what I mean, you got to do that extra. You know, what I mean, for you to get some attention, man. You know, what I mean, for you to even get recognized, man. For example, you know how we blew up one time in Carey Street, man. You know what happened? You know what? We had to get argument. We had to get commotion. We had to get threatened, you know, for everybody to even pay attention, man. For us, even, you know what I mean, to you know what I mean, for me to able, you know, to be seen amongst the whole people, man, to actually pay attention and stop and look, man. You know, but what? It was all for lucre's sake, man, not for righteousness, man. You know, these people out here, they see what we're doing, man. You know, they know that we stand for righteousness, man. You know, against this society, but of course, you know that. But what? They don't stand against us, man. For what? For what? Well, for basically what we stand for. Man. You know, that's what the scripture says. What? Have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? You know, these people, you know what I mean? They want to live in lies, man. You know what I mean? These people, you know, some of these people, you know what I mean? They're actually scared, man. You know, some of these people are submissive, man. You know, they have no heart, they have no balls to go against their own government, man. You know, that's what the government, you know what I mean, can do. Basically anything they want to these celebrities. Like, for example, like you said now, the Fed now, you know? Where are these American people fighting against that, man? You know, once the thing established, man, it's going to tax a lot of people, man. Like I said, it's going to hurt a lot of people. You see, like I said, again, you see what happened, like I said, it's like you should make it straight to the point. You see what happened during that Ohio game, but what happened? Another disaster. Come on, man. You know? And like I said, once you read the people in the comments, they're saying, man, this ain't no coincidence, man. You know, this is actually, you know what I mean, a war against the people. But what are you people doing something about it, man? You know, nothing, man.
talking about that shooting that just happened?
No. It's actually like another incident that happened. Same thing with Ohio. Basically messed up the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that was pretty much it, though. But going back to Titus 2 and 5, it says to be discreet, chastity, keepers at home, good, obedient to
Chase. The word there is chase, right? Chase means you're pure, right? Meaning you're not around slutting around, right? If you're not a virgin, you got one man, your husband. Not old hot girl, someone, not old freak nigga. It shouldn't even been a thing for freak nigga. That shouldn't even have been a thing. But because our people are so fucking disorderly, you'll see a whole event of all women ass out down the street, and men grabbing their coochie, grabbing their arm in their butt, grabbing. Man, that's just fucking disgusting. They got random dudes that's all up on you. You don't know who these niggas are, but that's black culture. That's nigga culture. That's what happens when Steve Harvey, when they don't bring what they supposed to bring to the table as women. That's what happens when they're not taught the characteristics of what a true, holy, righteous woman is. Under the ways of Yahweh Shah. Right? And that's why society looks at us crazy, because everything that the world teaches is contrary to what the Lord is about. And that at some point they're going to just say, forget the Bible, we don't hear it at all. Because that's where the world is going. They're steering far away from what the word actually says, especially Christianity. I was watching a clip from Asar and Safari, and he brought up Malachi, the Lord. The Edomite Christian dude, he said, the Lord loves Esau. He said, Malachi, bro, Malachi, I love Jacob and hate Esau. He said, wait, hey, look, I ain't talking about, hey, what the fuck are you talking about? So we see that they're steering far away from it. It ain't about what the word says, it's about how they feel. Yeah. And what makes them feel good and makes them want to sleep that night. That's why these people are going to come to a point they're going to want to put us to death. They're going to literally want to kill us, man. You know? It's gonna be hunting season on us at one point. So we get to hunting them. Right? That's what the scriptures tell us. We're gonna have to it's gonna be a family of the word. You're gonna see us out here on the streets. You know? And some brothers they're gonna get hands with some brothers, because the book of Revelation teaches us that they should carry some of us into prison. You know? Some brothers are gonna have to taste death, because this world is that wicked. It's that contrary to the ways of Yahweh by Shemel. As long as you can drive a nice car, get some money, you know, look appealing. That's all these people care about is the flesh. But the flesh profiteth nothing. You can't take it to the Lord and say, here, this is what I built. I won 5 championships and 5 Super Bowls. Lord, I give a fuck about a fucking Super Bowl. The hell they got to do with your spiritual wealth? Right? They gotta understand you were brought here in America to get your act together, but you became the entertainment, and you made entertainment of what life is. Entertainment is life. Right? When people knew not to respect, hey, back in the ancient time, people knew, hey, look, this guy's an entertainer. That's all he is. You know? Life is built upon who the man is, right? What are you building towards the will of Yahweh Shemel? But that's the whole duty of man. So when you do pass, and you may die in your 20s, you may die in your 30s, you don't know when your last day gonna be. What are you taking to the Lord as an offering? What is the Lord gonna be able to see and deem worthy? Because he said he's gonna burn up all everybody's works. All right? And see what's worthy to withstand in that day. What works do you have that the Lord is gonna accept? If your works of wickedness are going to outweigh your works of righteousness, you're going to get judged accordingly. And there's many people that have died, there's people dying right now as we speak, that don't have nothing as they go back to where the spirit goes. Right? I don't want to be one of those individuals. So we come out here and we become the enemies of the world because we stand on truth. We stand on the principles of Yahweh. That's what I'm saying. Right? Go ahead, man.
Go back to Titus 2 and 3. I'm sorry, 2 and 5. It says, be discreet, chastity, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands. That word of the Most High be not blasphemed. You know, and it says obedience to their own husbands. That's not in this society, man. You know, society will teach you either you're basically better than your husband or you're 50-50.
I really get that word obedient in the blue letter.
You know, when a woman reaches her quote unquote, I'm gonna say peak, but after her peak, around her, you know, kind of her late 30s to 40s.
30. A woman peaks at 30.
Yeah.
In this society, a woman peaks at 30. Once she passes 30, bitch, your value is dramatically decreasing. If you don't have a family and a husband, your value is decreasing, because by the time in this world a woman reaches 30, who knows how God knows how many women, how many men she done slept with, how much baggage she had, like Erykah Badu, that song Bag Lady. How much trauma they done been through. These women been through some shit, man. I'm talking about women I done talked to, they telling me they did 14, 13, 15, all type of crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? God damn. They fucked up. If you get them at 30, and you think you about to get a stable mind, man, you better run for the hills.
Well, they say my maternal clock is ticking. You know what I mean? Because, you know, one thing they say scientifically, after like late 30s, it becomes dangerous, especially for our women to try to have babies. You know what I mean? And then, like the brother said, you know, they got ran through all them. They know how many STDs they done caught, how many times they went to the chop shop. That's the abortion clinic, you know. You know, and every time a woman gets an abortion, that jacks up her inside. You know what I mean? So, like the brother said, when the stock goes down drastically, you know what I mean? The stock goes almost down after 30. You know?
Not to mention the food and chemicals that you've been putting your body on.
Oh, yeah.
So that's affecting your fertility.
McDonald's sweet teas.
They all fucked up.
He said sweet.
I was watching a video of the chick. She was like, I'm 18. It's a video that went viral. Her getting fucked in a bathroom stall. But you got a whole bunch of other young women and men around watching the shit. And then she on camera talking, damn, I'm young, y'all. But I gave him an ST. I ain't tell him I gave him herpes. I'm like, what the fuck? And this is Jake. But this is an 18-year-old. Her shit just got caught on camera.
And hey, man, it's so ironic and beautiful that these women actually told you all the wicked stuff they did on social media, man. You know, telling you that what they don't got no shame. You know, they're not shamefaced or nothing. Man. Like they tell you straight up, man.
That,
you know?
That happened at the plantation yesterday. They had two lady officers right there by the bathroom, and the little girl, she might have been like 16. She walked in the bathroom with the boy in front of the police. They didn't even care. So the police banged on the door, and she came out with her head down and walked off. You know what I mean? 16 years old, going into a public bathroom, and that's what they do.
You know, sometimes sometimes I always think I'm like, that's somebody's daughter right there, man. You know, of course, her father's not around, but I mean, just imagine if, like, that was a good, decent father, you know what I mean, with like 2-parent households, and then you come to find out your daughter was doing all this. Hey man, that's embarrassing, man.
And then on top of that, there's so much more that comes with it. Like your brother said, STD. The young Jake, he ain't thinking. He just thinking about ass, but he don't know. He trying to knock a little young girl down in the public bathroom. What if she gets caught and wants to say, "Oh no, he raped her"?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so many different possibilities. Our people don't consider it, and this generation don't consider shit. Man. Pregnant, might have got the girl pregnant, you know what I mean?
This from the Greek word hapasso, and it reads to arrange, order.
Be in order. I mean, not chaotic. Fussing them. Hey, look, people say a woman supposed to be a pillar of rest. If you go home and your woman don't know how to do class, you have a wicked woman. She can talk, because women gonna talk, and that's their talent. She talk. Now, for a woman, I used to work around women that they literally talk from clock in to clock out, and then don't get tired. But if she's like being a burden or two, a nigga with her speech, that's a wicked woman. You know? Now if she just talking about her day and talking about things she like, that's different. That's you. If you want to bear that, then bear it. That's your woman. You deal with her how you want to deal with her. But if she, the nigga shit, this, that, and third, telling you how to be a man, you got to put hands and feet on her. But in the right society, you can't even do that. Then you to your own woman, your own property. She told you crazy, you can't even stop her. What type of society is that? You just gotta sit there as a man with all this testosterone and be emasculated by something that weighs 100 pounds less than you, completely weaker than you, mentally and physically. You know you can flick her with your fucking finger in her temple and her shit gonna fucking throb. But you gotta sit there and get cussed the fuck out. Man, get the hell out of here. Can you imagine, picture a lion, a full little lion, and the woman just, he'll eat the bitch, yo. He'll literally get her by the neck and drag across the whole jungle. Over this bitch. I'm a lion, right?
Yeah, certain lions, you know, the pride, the head, you know, they'll discipline the lead women, you know, especially if they mess up in the hunt, or if he ain't getting dibs on the food properly, they'll check him, you know.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do with these women. I mean, you gotta check them.
You gotta keep them on their toes. That's another thing, brother. Don't be always telling them every single thing. You gotta explain everything out. She asks you a question, give her vague answers. She let her mind wander. You need to know exactly when I get paid, how this happened, how that happened, this, that, and that. Look, this know I'm gonna have it around this day. That's it. You don't even know how. You don't even know exactly when it's gonna have it. Fuck you question me like that.
That's beautiful you said that, because
now I'll tell the brokers. Yeah, all day.
no, this is a woman I follow on YouTube, and she's attractive. Benjamin, she might be a Benjamin. She's Caribbean, but she be basically schooling Jake on how to. You know what I'm talking about? She got light eyes, and she said some real shit. She said, "Don't tell your woman everything, because if your woman has you figured out, she's gonna get bored." You know what I mean? And if you jump into everything she needs, she's gonna get bored and gonna look. She knows she has you. She has you wrapped around the finger. So that's beautiful that you said that. That lines up with that.
Because that's wicked anyway. A woman can get bored and be the man, but you definitely understand it, because at the end of the day, you being a feminine man by telling her every fucking thing. You giving your all so fucking the weaker vessel.
Let me see if it's okay with the wife.
Yeah, you dealing with her as your wife. You don't have to explain where you going. You going out. Where?
What time you coming back?
You like, hey, look, just know I'm going the fuck out. If you don't trust me, get the fuck on. If you don't believe in me, get the fuck on.
Sometimes, man, you gotta lie.
If you don't want to be with me, get the fuck on. And sometimes, yeah, you gotta tell a tale to these hoes. Especially if you're a worldly bitch, just tell us, just make up some shit. You gotta tell the truth. You gotta tell her the complete truth. She ain't fucking. You supplant her ass. Yeah, you gotta tell her every fucking thing that goes on.
We date, we supplant these women.
You date a woman in the world. For naive brothers come in, you date a woman in the world. I'm going out to preach hate. Fuck, brother. Did that boost your spiritual increase? Like, no, you gotta tell her that shit. You know?
That's what the scripture says. I read the prayer. It says, how shall you able to lead the church when you can't rule the, inside your own household? If your wife telling you what to do, and you somebody, like a camp leader or a head, and you telling the church, man, what does that make you?
Yeah, you trying to tell brothers to get in order. You go back home, your woman telling you to get in order. What the fuck? The Lord looking at you like a joke, a complete joke. He gonna whoop your ass. The Lord whoops our ass. He puts you through some shit, man. Get you back on your feet. And that's why the Lord treats us as a bride. The Lord don't tell us everything. You can say we know in part of part. We're the Lord's bride, so we don't when exactly, Lord, when you coming back? When you date the time, we his bride, Lord. Literally, we're a bride waiting to be married. So, literally, we're his bride. So we can be like, Lord, when you coming back? What time you gonna be here? Who you coming with? Matter of fact, where you been? That's what a wicked bride would be like. Where you been? All this time we was getting our ass kicked like you. The Lord told us, look, I go to prepare a place for you. Where? No, you just be a righteous woman. Our Lord said He's going to prepare a place for us. He's going to come back, redeem us. We ain't got to worry about the day, the time. Just be ready.
In that second Ezra 9 we read, when Ezra was inquiring about the end, he told him the story of Jacob and Esau, and then he said, any other questions ask thou not. You just tell them, hey, it's certain things that is meant for you to get on this side, you know? The things that are pertaining to salvation, you know?
Yeah, just be ready.
Yeah.
That's sufficient.
That's how the Lord treats you. So your woman, if you tell you, even they love this shit. Yeah, we gonna do this. I'm gonna take you out on a date. What we gonna do? Yeah, let's just be ready.
Oh, they love that.
You
though.
gonna need this and you gonna need that. Just be ready.
But they love that. Though. Most women love it. They like to get put in their place. Well, where you take me? Don't worry about it. Just get dressed and walk out the room.
Yeah, just be ready.
She went, oh, all right. She might pop a little shit, but shit.
It's spontaneous, too.
It's spontaneous.
How I look? I look good? You know?
Because that's how men operate. They don't report to a woman, right? They report to men, other men. They don't report to women. I'll talk to you when I'm available, right? We'll discuss this when I'm ready to discuss it, right? And I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth with no argument with no fucking woman. The hell, you're a man. Why are you arguing with a woman? The scriptures tell you the Lord has not imparted unto them wisdom. So you're not going to get a wise reaction from them. You're going to get emotions and feelings. That's all you're going to get out of it. And you doing it back with her, what does the scripture say? You argue with a fool, you make it yourself. Now you hot, heated, you got your shirt off, belly hanging over your drip. That's just,
You get drunk now, you at the bar.
you got the rap music playing on the way.
Yeah. All kind of spirits out there.
Get it out. You know what I'm saying?
Scripture say deal with them as weaker vessels.
Hey, but that's beautiful though, you know what I mean? And like I always say, that's how we know this society is not for us, because you can't be a man in this society. You was talking about the women, you can't even about hitting your women, you can't even chastise your children. You get locked up for that. You know what I mean? Hey, my woman even said some shit. She said, we was talking about feelings, she said, ain't no way a woman should be leading this country as far as the president, you know? Because of her emotions will be in it. One day, she might be cool, the next day, she ready to go to war. You know what I mean? Because she mad at something that happened. My own woman said that. I looked at her and said, oh, all right, I could deal with you. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, Iran got another nuke.
That's the button.
That's the fucking button. She would have had a whole earth destroyed.
Especially in Tango, you know, like, so you ain't thinking, like I said, women won't bet on logic, like you said, they build on emotion. Yeah.
This is Sirach chapter 3 and verse 21. It says, seek not out the things that are too hard for you, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
And even with these women, a lot of things are too hard for them to comprehend. This is not given to them to understand. So you have to deal with them according to the love. The scripture says, deal with your woman as the weaker vessel. So if you trying to give her wisdom that ain't meant for her to have. You ain't supposed to be giving her deep breakdowns and trying to teach her every fucking thing that you done learned.
Right.
You deal with her as a weaker vessel. That a wise man knows that. Wise men know how to operate, right? You think a king got 1,000 wives, just giving a number, 1,000 wives, 500 concubines. You think he reporting all of them? He might not even see some of them some of the time. That's how men operate, you know? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 22.
No, look, something like that with that proud look. Now you wouldn't see that, oh, that's cute. Who gives a fuck?
Yep.
That's a demon.
Yep.
You see the look on it.
Yep.
You see the demons and they walk with stretched forth necks.
Yeah,
Is she gonna help you out?
yeah.
Is she gonna help your situation out, or is she gonna be a burden? I need my nails
There's
done.
the trap.
Cash
There's the trap.
it. You know what I mean?
You want something like that that's going to be a headache and be a demon towards you, or you want it to look like that and then be humble. That's what you get in the kingdom. Or you want something that look a little less cute and more humble towards you, right? You want something that's going to give you a peace of mind. That's why the scripture said, don't be swayed by every beautiful thing that you see. Beauty is a very vain thing. It comes and it goes. You can get caught in the fire and your whole face changes, right? It can't be caught up in just looks. The spirit is what matters. Go ahead, brother.
Says verse 22. But what is commanded thee, think thereon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things are in secret.
See? That's how the Lord deals with us. It's not need for us to know, okay, what planet, what does Jupiter look like? What is Jupiter's real name? all these planets and galaxies. But it ain't needful for us to know that right now. What's needful for us to know is prepare our minds. But it's hell we got to go through. That's what's needful.
I want to be the angels at right now. What planet your house on?
You know, letting your mind, then nigga, he let his mind go too far. Then Monday come, he put out a video. Breaking news. I got a revelation of the third realm. You know?
He
You
was
got
over the
mathematical equations and all this shit. Bug the fuck out. Because you done went down the rabbit hole.
You're worried about your wants and not your needs.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You'll get that knowledge in due time. The Lord is giving you sufficient for you to succeed with the task that you've been given.
Oh, I just read something that, back to what you said about the women. Bernie Mac said something. He said, money will give you the woman that you want, but struggle will give you the woman that you need. You know what I mean? So, you know, like you see them, if you think a woman's attractive, she might not be beneficial for you. You know what I mean? Because she's only, 9 times out of 10, she's only going to want you if you bring something to the table that she wants.
Bring your pockets dry.
Yeah.
You got damn near got an aneurysm from a migraine every time you talk to her. Fuck that, man. You can't build yourself in the spirit with a woman that's a hindrance. Because a woman is responsibility at the end of the day. You got to make time for it, right? So you don't want to make time for something that when you get around it, it's causing you a headache. You only bringing more hindrance to yourself. I'd rather be alone.
That's peace.
That's peace.
Yeah,
That's the most important thing a man needs when he's focusing on his purpose is peace. You don't have peace if you got too many distractions and hindrances. It's going to stunt your growth. You're going to find yourself in the same place where you started.
It says, verse 23, be not curious.
A lot of the things that we put, a lot of things that happen to us, we really do it to ourselves. You know? A lot of times, that's what it's saying, examine yourself, man. A lot of things we do, we fuck with, whether it be with finances, not balancing our finances properly, you know, not balancing the people in our lives properly, not balancing our pride or our ego or our actions properly, and it becomes a hindrance and a problem to us. Why? Because a lot of times we're in pain because we're on punishment, right? So you want to ease the pain by fleshly comforts. So we'll just jump to the bottle or a chick or spend your money on some shit you know you don't need, right? When you should be putting that towards, you know, a rainy day. And this applies to all of us. It applies to me. Everything I'm saying, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Let that be established, you know, because you can be a hypocrite. You come out here and speak, and you ain't heeding the words that come out of your own. You got to make sure you examining yourself. Each and every brother, who say, work out your own salvation. We're not working on ourselves daily on the characteristics that we need. The Lord is not going to accept us, brothers. We're princes, right? Princes. When you, I urge brothers to look through our history how princes were. When their father was the king and he had sons, there were certain things they were able to do and certain things they were not allowed. They couldn't even get out the door, leave the palace. They had teachers, they had tutors. This time you had to be taught about this, you had to be taught about that, finances, moral class, women class, how to deal with women, right? They couldn't just go out and have a party with friends and drink. It was restricted, it was confines. How much more us, if we're the sons of literally the creator of everything? So we got to be focused on ourselves and rebuilding of ourselves. That's why the Lord put us in this predicament. That's why we're in this low state. The scripture say, be patient when thou art brought to a lower state. The Lord has purged his sons to be kings. A prince turns to what? A king. Brother, you're going to have your place where you rule. Brother, you're going to have your place where you rule. Brother, you're going to have your place where you rule. You're going to be a king. But before that, you have to be broken down and built back up. And you can't allow the pain to force you to be like these people in the world. Why do you think so many people are doped up on drugs? Because they allowed the pain of the world to destroy them. And they searched out for comforts of the world. Why do you think people become addicted to sex and just all mannerisms of wickedness? porn stars and all this stuff. Even the OnlyFans, all that stuff becomes an addiction. The attention, the social media, because the pain of the world, people can't handle the fact that they're on the bills, on pressure, stress from family, whatever they went through in their personal lives. So anything that gives them some sense of comfort becomes an addiction to them. But really, you're supposed to run to the Lord when you have issues. You're supposed to run to what the true comforter that provides comfort. And it's not going to just give you comfort in the flesh. It's going to give you comfort in the spirit, which is most important. Because when your spirit is comforted, then you're able to work towards that crown. You can't work towards the crown if you're too focused on the earthly things. That's why the scripture says, what? Set not that mind on earthly matters, but on spiritual things. That's the paraphrase. Right? You gonna say that?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, the Akia Abada in D.C. is touching on that. He has a real good lesson out right now, exactly what you was talking about. How, you know, we need to worry about budgeting for our you know, things that we have to handle, and not because we're in pain, we go to the bottle and worry about women and buy sneakers and all that. He has a real beautiful lesson touching exactly on what you're speaking of.
Yeah, because you know, brothers are innocent. We come from the world. You may have a brother that had a sneaker fan. But if you come into the truth and you know that you got responsibilities, priorities, and then you can't be spending your last on them J's because you see another dude got it. Then when that rainy day comes and you in a jam, damn, fuck, I should have kept that damn man. I would have been straight. And we've all been there. I know I've been there. But see, the thing is, you have to learn from that. You have to be like, yo, don't fucking do that shit no more, man.
Tell you what.
Because the Lord ain't gonna give you too many chances. The Lord will put you in even more fucked up predicament where you can't get out of it. So you can learn from your mistakes. Just because you was able to get help from a brother or whoever, or a family member out of that situation, the Lord may put you in a situation where nobody may be able to help you. Now you're fucking stuck there. That's why you gotta learn from your mistakes. Right? You know? You gotta examine yourself, rebuke yourself, chastise yourself, put the rod in yourself.
This is Sirach chapter 3 and verse 23. It says, be not curious in unnecessary matters.
You know that nigga just got off playing PlayStation for 5 days straight.
With the headset
Old headset.
and the plate in the chair.
He drinking that energy.
So he don't pass out.
You see what?
Oh, shit.
He had to get outside.
That's where he at.
Like a couple of minutes. He had to get outside for a couple of minutes.
Sirach 3 and verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shown unto thee than man understand. You know? So going into that, man, we're not supposed to be worrying about the things that's not going to be able to get us on the chariot, man. You know, we should be having that, chariot mindset. How do we build ourselves and conduct ourselves as true men of the Lord, like the brother was going into? Not worried about how I'm going to buy my woman the best ring or be the, best husband or father, whatever the case may be. All that, yeah, that's cool. Try to be the greatest that you can be. But if it ain't putting the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashar first, then all that shit is vain anyway.
And like I said, you're not going to be able to be the best man or husband on this side. You know what I mean? He won't allow you to be. You know? So if you can't be the best of the best, what should you be worried about? How are you going to be the best of the best? Not on this side.
The scriptures show you how to be the best.
Right.
And we can't fully be men or keep the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly to be that perfect husband or king or prince, man. We're not going to be able to get that until the other side, but right now we're striving to do it to show the Lord that we're worthy enough to get to that level, man.
Yep.
And until then, we're just going to have to, take everything with a grain of salt and do what we can.
Person right to that.
Your woman got to get on your program. Because you're on a mission, you're on a purpose. And to see the thing about women, when they get in relationships with a guy that they're with, they tend to adapt his ways and they tend to gravitate towards it. So you're not supposed to trim your ways towards a woman anyway. She trims her ways for you. If a woman is interested in you, she can start to like this thing you like, doing things. She'll just sit there next to you while you're doing what the fuck you do. I seen men that that's all they do, play the video games all goddamn day. Because the woman that sees her man, she's sitting over and watching.
Yep. She don't got no interest in video games.
She ain't got no goddamn interest in that goddamn. What's the shit that everybody plays? Not that one, the other shit.
Oh,
This is shooting shit.
Fortnite.
They go Fortnite all damn night, day. She just, you know, got the baby rocking the baby.
Yeah.
But see, about us, brother, see, we're different. And a woman that has any type of sense, when they get with us, they tend to like us a lot because we'll be dealing with them. If you dealing with them on the moral side, they tend to like us because they see something that they don't see in other women. Right now, if she's a complete demon, of course she's not going to respect it. But if she has any type of morality to her, sense to it, and she sees how you operate, she's like, oh, I like being around him now. He provides a sense of peace and comfort to me. You know, he ain't all outrageous and chaotic. He's just a simple man. He's just, I like being around him now. That's how you deal with these women, you know, and the Lord will work out the rest. Like I always say, when you read the scriptures about our forefathers, Moses didn't know he was going to run up for those women at the well. Meet his woman there. Jacob didn't know he was going to meet Leah and Rachel. Right? It just happens. The Lord brings you your woman. He'll do the rest. You ain't going to be doing all this extra shit. And they going to get on your program. And that's how the Lord wants his sons to be your prince. The Lord ain't going to give you no fucking Tatiana, man. The scripture say a wicked woman is the portion of what? A wicked man. If you're his son, why would he give you the big booty bitch that's the demon? Why would he do that to you if he loves you? But you in the flesh is like, fuck, I can't get shit. Because you can't see the bigger picture. The Lord ain't in all the little weak confines that we have, man. He's the beginning and the end. He done seen you in this, in your past incarnations. He knows everything about you. He done seen you with this family, that family, those kids, that kid. He knows what you can handle and what you can't. People say he's not unrighteous to put you in anything you can't bear. But you in this time, we don't have remembrance of the former thing, and we can't see the future, so we just think, damn, fuck. Horny and stressed. I'm down and out. No patience, which is what you have to learn. Temperance, patience, which is fruits of the spirit. Which is what the Lord wants you to learn. You'll get all those things and more in due time when your Father wants to give it to you. But in the meantime, work on yourself, Prince. That's what Yahshua means. Don't just scream it. No, work on yourself, man. You're royalty. Literally royalty. You can't act like these motherfuckers that's out here, bro. We coming back in the covenant. Now the rest of our brothers and sisters, they got to get over the second round. Us, we got to work on ourselves now, man. We got to do the necessary things now. You can't be sitting crying in a fucking corner and blaming other people. We all here fall short of the glory of Yahweh. You can't put your faults on nobody else. It's you. And sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes things ain't going to go your way. Sometimes you may be right. You got to suffer the no. Like Tony Braxton said, just be a man about it. You know?
That shit was hard. That shit slapped. But if I may, real quick, what you were saying about the women, when they really like a man, especially us, you know, there's a certain thing about us that most of our people don't carry is we stand on principle. You know what I mean? Regardless of what we're doing, we know when Friday or Saturday or whatever day comes out, hey, baby, I gotta go cheat. And that'd be that. And women, if she has some type of value or moral, like you said, they see that in us. They're like, hold on, he stand for something. But like you said, the average Jake, they just go to and fro. They don't really stand on nothing. They go as the wind goes, you know what I mean? So women, that they have some type of sense on their shoulders, you know, that they're attracted to that and they want to stick with that. And sometimes you'll notice your woman start talking like that. Start mannerisms like, you know, even though that's off, you know, you ain't supposed to be acting like a man. But in this world, you start hearing it, you know, they're seeing it.
That's why a lot of these women in the world, a lot of the ways, the reason they act the way they act is because the man they were with previously. They smoked weed because the man they was with was smoking weed. So she was hotboxing him.
Tatted up.
She tatted up because he was in the tattoo shop with her. All these type of piercings in her nose, tongue, giant clip, all this crazy shit. Right? She got complete demons on her. So really, she got to get on the fast. She got to fast from men completely. She got to fast from outings, going out, to get them demons off of you. Like my man Kendrick Lamar said on my song, he said, "Ugh, I'm fasting." Right? You gotta fast from this world, man. You gotta give your time to purge out them fucking inner demons. How the hell you gonna purge your demons and you constantly going out amongst people, right? And that's what we did, brothers. We took that time to fast from the world, and we constantly fast from the world. Though we're in the world, we're not of the world, right? Like the Lord said, if this is my kingdom, my servants will fight. But this ain't our Lord's kingdom. We just here. We feel like Thor. He got cast down. He was in a coffee shop just sitting mad as fuck at the table. Fuck. Look at that scene. Watch that scene. Just look how depressing it was.
What am I fucking doing here? No fucking son. With these pills.
He also had the same countenance when Thanos whooped their ass. Remember in what was it, Endgame? Because they lost. He's a god. How the fuck I lose? Yo? Like, you know what I mean? So,
Humble.
yeah, kind of.
That humility brings a man down. You know, but we love it. We love that process. You know, because we know it's gonna get us to the height that we want to be at. You know, if you start high, right, and you never get brought low, when you get brought low, it's gonna hurt worse. And that's why it's gonna hurt Esau fucking bad. You know, and he ain't taste the bottom. Which we gonna go back to that Revelation 20. But since he's come back into power, he ain't tasted the bottom. That's why I love to look at that nigga Will Levis at the draft, because you just see him just sitting there. He came in there proudful as fuck with his suit on.
Yeah, I'm finna get picked in the top 10. Yeah, I'm gonna eat it, my nigga.
He with his mama and his dad, and then as the whole round goes by, you just see his dad looking like they got that. They look like they want to kill, start poking people. You know how Esau did. They want to start poking up Roger Goodell and everybody in that motherfucker. Fuck the draft. That Cain spirit, right? But see, Esau don't like that. He don't know how to handle being brought low. That's why that's why the Edomite woman, which the elder Anat, the Bishop Elder Anat, he did a video about the Emmett Till's accusing. And she finally passed away. But you go into the countless accounts of the Edomite woman.
Nigga raped me. This nigga raped me. This nigga raped me.
It was a common thing. Emmett Till's, for a lot of people don't even know, Emmett Till's father died over in Europe from the same shit. He was in the military, and the Edomite woman said he raped her. And they lynched him over there in Europe. It was just a common thing. The Edomite woman would do it for fun. Right? So when the Mandingo movie, she wanted to fuck Mandingo.
I'm gonna tell my husband, your master, you raped me. He said, but bitch, shut up. This is my story. You raped me.
They just demonic. They're fucking demonic. The Rosewood scene, she get beat up by the Edomite dude. She just mad, so I'm blaming her nigga.
She couldn't do nothing against the Edomite dude. So she was like, I'm gonna get a chick.
Nigga raped me. It was a nigga, I tell you, a nigga.
And that's how the whole Black Wall Street happened over there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right? They looked for a reason to go and tear down their communities. And what happened? They said that Jake was in the elevator with the Edomite chick. He hit her or some shit. And you know what I'm saying? And then he ran out. And they destroyed all their community. Really, they just was envious that they had nice communities. So the Edomite woman, she's a big deal. And she's been taught her whole life that she's Snow White, Cinderella, Rapunzel. Yeah, I'm the pinnacle of beauty. And all these magazines show her skinny, non-body having ass the perfect as the pinnacle of beauty. Throughout the four corners of the earth.
That's why these other nations, you know, like I said, it's the main thing that you suntan lotion, skin whitening cream. Like I said, even to this day, you know, especially our people, especially down in Benjamin. You know what they do? They bleach their skin, man. You know, so we know the cause. You know what I mean? When you use bleaching your skin, it hurts, man. It's, burns all the cells in your skin.
Show them as the pinnacle of beauty, so they haven't been taught what they really are. Yeah. So they gonna feel the worst. Because the Edomite woman is fine. Let you piss an Edomite woman on all these Katie's and Susans that you think is nice. Let them not get their way and see what they do.
Get real vindictive.
real vindictive, and they always play victim. They always the first to call your boss or the congressman if they don't get their way, because it goes back to when they was a child.
Yeah.
When little Susie couldn't get the candy out the store, and she got her fucking ass. Throw all the candy. You see all them Edomite kids is crazy, man. And they grow up to be crazy adults. When they don't get their way, then somebody got to get punished. If I don't get my way, then I'm killing you. That's how disgusting and murderous they are in the spirit. If I don't get my way, I'm lynching somebody.
Hey, a prime example of how this kingdom, man. Hey, this kingdom be taken down. Somebody got to rescue you. He ready to kill himself. Everybody with him. And we put somebody else to take the next shit.
You look at them Edomites that killed that young dude. What's his name? I forgot his name. But he had to work near a sundown town. He went to the sundown town, and they murdered him in the woods. But the way they did it, body parts all over the place, and they did it just because they didn't like him. These are the people we are dealing with. Man. You can look at E all you want and say, "Oh, yeah, I met a good Edomite." There's no such thing as a good Edomite. They have all the characteristics that the Lord hates: pride, gluttony, right? Complete wickedness. They invite bestiality. They love touching on animals in an improper fashion. That's why the society is based off of sex, and porn, orgies. That's them. That's the shit they love. Having other men fuck their wives. They're into all that stuff, man. And they love it because they have no order about themselves. That nigga's deep. And that's why in the kingdom, you're going to get that rod of iron every day. The scripture said we're going to break you like shivers. We're going to beat the fuck out of you. Right? Like that Looney Tunes with Bugs Bunny. He kept hitting him on the head. Rise, Sir Lord. Ding, ding. And his nut kept getting bigger. Rise. That's how we're going to do that. Yeah. And the Lord said he's really going to give us a rod. We're going to literally have a rod, brothers. You know, our brothers understand it's going to be turned into a rod made of precious stones and gold. And you're going to take it and you're going to wow. You know? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Who was reading? Yeah, that was it. All right.
Go back to title.
Yeah, finish that title. We can hold that when we go back to Revelation.
God. And it says, verse 6, and it says, to be discreet, chastity, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. It says, young men, likewise to be sober-minded, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, and doctrine showing incorruptibleness.
See, when the day comes, that's just when you're bumped up. And we're going to praise you. We're going to be in the chairs, brothers. We continue. We're going to be praising you. How about you? Burn them faggots. Burn them. Oh, y'all. Oh, shit. Oh, Dwayne Wade.
Anderson, don't forget about the Suns.
That nigga played for the Heat for real, man.
Oh, did you hear what he just said? Not to go off subject. Did you hear what Dwayne Wade said? They had to move out of Florida because their family wouldn't be accepted. He's gone. He's out of here.
Yep.
Also, they also have like a bill. You can't talk about the small hats in Florida. You're gonna get like 12 years.
What?
Let's go to Revelation.
Back to Revelation 20. Verse 4. No, 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up. And set a seal upon
shut
him.
him the fuck up. His mouth wasn't opening no more. He was booger. Couldn't even understand what the fuck he was saying. Shut him the fuck up. Put him away from people. He was enslaved. And that's your proper place though. You going back there, but this time you going back there for good, man. You going back there for good, and you're gonna build up our kingdom. I don't give a damn what tribe of Edom you from. You an Edomite, you going in slavery. Go ahead, bro.
And shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled, And after that, he must be loosed a little Caesar.
Yeah, because you gotta understand, when they was ruling as Rome, they was deceiving everybody, the Caesars and emperors. I'm Julius Caesar. I'm gonna be a god. Name July after me. Name this month July. Right? Octavian Augustus comes in. Name August after me. I want to be a god like Julius. So name August after me. They deceive the nations. We're the authority. Scriptures tell brother get 2 Thessalonians. Right? Now he said after 1,000 years after Jake was ruling Europe, for that period of time, he should be loose for a little season. And that's why you see America already falling, because look, this is a short rulership. All right? Europe being the beast and America riding upon the beast has been a short rulership. You look at other major kingdoms used to rule longer than the time that America's been established. So he's been loose for a little season in the eyes of the Lord. Right? Go ahead, bro.
All right, you want 2 Thessalonians?
Yeah, but
Brightness of the coming.
self-edition.
I got you right there. So Second Thessalonians 2 and 3, and it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes
Man of sin. Everything he does is contrary to the righteous ways of Yahweh Bashem Shah. It don't matter what it is. If it's contrary to the ways of Yahweh Bashem Shah, this man wants to do it. Habakkuk, the brother get Habakkuk. Yeah, brother get Habakkuk. You can run that one from the top. Because his soul ain't no brighter than him. That's why everywhere you look, pedophilia is rampant, kidnaps are rampant, murder is rampant. People tell you, oh, don't travel. People scared to travel, right? People scared to get on planes, leave the country. But here you literally live in the most dangerous place on earth. Do you not know that? Statistically wise, America is the most dangerous place in the world to live. You get shot standing in line at Walmart, you know, because the past employee just mad at every fucking thing. So he goes, you get poked up leaving out of Starbucks.
Yeah, somebody just over a small confrontation on the road, somebody just shot like 5 people, and they're still on the run right now. That happened earlier today.
I heard that today.
That's crazy.
Like just like a small little exchange of words.
Yeah, you live in the valley of the shadow of death. All right. So you don't travel to this country. Don't travel to nigga. They shouldn't be coming here. Y'all got school shooters every goddamn week. All type of shit going on, man.
That's why people have enough knowledge and sense. That's why when people leave the country, that's why they go to, like Japan or Korea, where, where the gun laws are very strict, where, like I said, certain places, like I said, a lot safer, like I said, in Babylon. It's great, like I said, in certain countries like Japan, like I said, man, a child, he can actually walk, from home all the way, take the train station to a school, man, without, parents being supervised, man. That's crazy, man. I'm for real, like I said, look it up. That's what it looks like in America. We can't even do that, man. You know what I mean? You couldn't even leave the second child down on the street, man, knowing that what, she'd be kidnapped.
Remember the DC sniper? Your ass at the gas pump. Good. Your brain just come out your fucking head. Nigga that snap you from out of a trunk.
He said DC sniper.
That's America for you. You at the gas, you don't even see your last moment. You was pumping gas. Nigga that sniped you out the truck. That's America for you, man. Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West was in America.
Nigga just first man to draw. Yeah, nigga, I'm taking your horse. What you got in your pockets? He got some tobacco. Yeah, I'm gonna chew this. I like your hat.
Yeah, definitely the hat.
I like them shoes. Yeah.
Wild Wild West, man. That's America for you. And when America falls, the whole America gonna turn around Wild West. Because everybody and their mama got guns.
Yeah, and like you said, this is the most wildest place because in America you can get a gun. It's so easy to get a gun. In America, especially like states like this, you legally have the right to carry. Even in like up north, it's illegal to have. It's so easy. You can go right down the block and get a gun. Them other countries, it ain't like that. You can't do that. You know, you might get cut out there. There's like some stabs in like UK. There's no guns out there like that. You might get poked up, but shooting, that's a no-no. You know?
You got teenagers with automatic guns.
Switches.
Especially-
Y'all see what them switches do, right?
Yeah. They just let the whole football.
Yeah, a little piece, square piece like this you put on the back of that joint, and it turn into we'll go from semi to fully automatic.
Dang.
You shoot your 16 bullets in 2 seconds.
Wow.
And you know Jake don't know how to shoot. They hitting everything but what they aimed at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What danger when it's
Like
heat, though?
Lorenz Tate and fucking
Well, you said Karab, who watched?
Minister, what is it, Minister Society?
Oh, man.
Lorenz Tate.
The way he was shooting over the.
Yeah.
See how he's shooting the dude behind the counter?
Meanwhile, he just rolled right by you.
Woo!
Fucking
Keep it pushing.
Oh yeah, don't be making me shut
Meanwhile, that
the
goofy shit. You hit babies and strollers, old mamas on porches.
You seen the last episode of Power? I just ain't know that shit fake. Jay hit my man from across the street. Headshot. I said, that ain't real. You know what I mean? That ain't happening.
Oh, you talking about?
Yeah, hit him from across the bar. Like,
Back in 2 Thessalonians 2:4, and it said, "Who imposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most
And
High."
that's what he did. He did it physically, and now he's trying to do it spiritually. He said it. He said in our temple when it went down. Around the time of 78 with Titus and Vespasian. But now he wants to sit in the temple, which is you, your body. So he wants to put his mark with it. He wants his thoughts to be he wants his thoughts to be your thoughts. Your thoughts to be his thoughts. His ways to be your ways. Right? He wants total control over you. Mind, body, and spirit. He wants to sit in the temple because he wants to be like it to the Most High. And Edomites, the reason why Edomites don't like what we're doing because they want us to stay as fucking slaves. They want us to be good old tap that just entertain from Sammy Davis Jr. niggas. The Candyman town. They just want you to be good old boys. Just entertain them.
Yeah.
that's that Psalms 83. They don't want you to remember who you are. You know what I
I
mean?
was listening to this song Jack Harlow just put out his new album. He was getting at Edomites. He was saying like, yeah, I'm gonna just tell y'all what I see. All these white kids that never lived the struggle, imitating the black people's speech, words in the suburbs. He said that y'all go to these concerts and they can't wait till the verse come up so they can say nigga. And he was bringing it all up.
Yeah.
They love you for the entertainment value.
Yeah, actually, like I said, that's actually controversy about that too, about them using the N-word in concerts. You
Yeah,
know?
because they the ones that buy the tickets. They the ones that's putting all the money. Jake don't be going to them festivals and shit like that. They go, but not as much as Esau go. It be Esau at Lollapalooza and Rolling Loud in the crowd, Mosh Pitting, listening to fucking Travis Scott.
Roddy Ricch and all them. Yeah,
Lil Uzi.
Hey, Vince Staples said that a long time ago. He said all these white folks chanting when I ask them where my niggas at. Going crazy, got me going crazy. I can't get with that. You know what I mean? He been said that.
Yeah, but it usually, like I said, you know, like Roddy Ricch, he's gonna let him slide because, like you said before, if they don't do it, you know, it's gonna hurt his pockets. So, you know, so he needs to sing along.
And then what he said, I've been wondering if they know I know they won't go where we pick it at. So you want to be able to say this and pretend to be us, but you don't want to live like us.
Drop your ass up.
Yeah.
On any of these inner cities, man.
That's what Bob Mooney
You would
said.
shoot
Everybody wanna
yourself.
be a
You
nigga.
pissing and shit. Even Jake don't have to come outside at certain times. They lived it their whole life.
Right. Like that Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles where old P and Bang got killed. People from that neighborhood said, I don't even go to that damn restaurant.
Common shit. But see, they love Jake for the entertainment that they bring. You look at TikTok, all these dances that they're doing on TikTok that become a big thing. Jake created all them shit. Every big major trend that niggas is doing on TikTok, Drake created all the shit. Drake is showing you. Jake is keeping TikTok alive. You take Jake off TikTok, TikTok ain't shit but cats, niggas rubbing on their cats and jumping on mountains. You know,
It's the form of all things, man. Sure.
Jake gives life to everything, man. Go ahead, bro.
That was it on that. That's on.
Go back to Revelation.
Oh, just one thing. I noticed that just make it real quick. I know that I forgot there was a show. I forgot his name. Whatever. I guess just make straight to the point. I forgot his name. The dude, whatever he played with that show. Basically, like I said, when the elevator opened, there was little baby Edomite, whatever, was crying, and then Jake was looking like this, looking two sides, and the other day he closed the door, but he knew in his mind not to help that baby out because he had the baby out. Especially when being a Jake, he would have got caught. Like he would have been open for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot what show it was, but if I find it, whatever, like that's somebody.
Yeah.
You got it. But
Continue,
it's a trap though.
continuing on back in Revelation 20, it says, and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations. Deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their
So
foreheads.
the same serpent, the same dragon is the beast. Right? Neither worship his image nor his mark. Those are two separate things. The image is one thing, the mark is another. The mark can't be Christianity. Mark can't be the so-called white man's ideologies and philosophies. Because that all ties into his image. Right? In the beast, Johanna told my son, Johanna said, the beast, pre-beast, Solomon had the mark for the pre-beast. But see, any brother that studies the scriptures know that the beast kingdoms don't even come until Daniel's time. Right? So that's Solomon had a mark of the beast. Right. So what the kingdoms didn't start. But even if you're saying a pre-beast, the beast wasn't established in Solomon's time. The beast don't. The first beast doesn't start until Babylon gets on the scene. So what are you talking about? But that shows you guys don't even know what the beast is. They don't know what the mark is. They don't know what the image is. Well, when you say a mark of the beast, you gotta ask, well, what's the beast? What does the beast represent? Right? Beast first is a man. It starts with a man, because we're all beasts. But you have people called the sons of men, which are the heathens, because we're the sons of God. So the beast would have to be what? A kingdom ruled by one of the sons of men. So it would have to be a heathen kingdom. That's what a beast represents. Why is it a beast? Because it's not in order. Right? It's not given the law, statutes, and commandments, and how much more so it's like it as a beast rulership. Right?
What's going on? Neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach Yahushua 1,000 years. But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
Yeah, what's that? What's that 1,000-year period talking about? The first dominion. The first fruits is going to reign in the first dominion. That first dominion represents setting everything up. Right? Getting the earth in order. It's going to take 1,000 years to get everything in its proper order. Look how long it took to fuck it up. So it's going to take 1,000 years to reverse the way China looks. With all that blue light and LED lights that fuck your damn eyes up. They got cities that literally the whole city is LED blue lights. That's, you walk in there, you got a migraine in 2 hours. That's why everybody's stuck in buildings.
Just imagine the night when it's dark time.
That's what I'm about to say. Once you leave that city, you know it takes a while for your eyes to adjust. You blind as shit when you leave that city. You know what I mean? You leave there and go to something regular.
They like China is so advanced. China blood the fuck out all that damn technology and radiation.
Especially.
Not to mention the sky pollution they have over there in them Asian countries is ridiculous. It's small. They say it's so thick and dangerous to their health because of all them factories and companies they got up shipping all this damn technology in here. and building these fucking machines so they can come with these inventions. You step outside and there's black smoke. They'll show you that
All day, every
in
day.
Thailand. If you go passport roads, you out there in Thailand, you fucking small. You can't even breathe. You ain't got clean water to drink. Miles away.
Damn.
So really, this earth just gotta be restructured for you. Because you gotta the places you come to with some type of decent society is ruled by who? You.
And then you know, on top of that, the nation gonna follow after who's in power. So you know where these other nations lie at. So whatever he's doing, these other nations they gotta do it better than you. You know what I mean? Try to surpass him. Like you said before, that's why China's doing all this. Because a problem is, like I said, we look at China, look at their history, look how they was before. You know what I mean? Before they, before they took inspiration from Babylon, man. Like I said, it was just an old country town where they had emperors and kings. But they had, you look at them now, man. It's like a communism, so to speak. When you look at them, man, like a dictatorship, man.
Yeah, China can't surpass America. How the fuck you gonna surpass America? The reason you even got to the point you at now, you fucking nigga, because they outsourced the jobs to y'all. Y'all don't have the system. Y'all don't have the military. Y'all don't have the monetary structure to overpower the kingdom that the Lord is dealing with. He's dealing with these. You don't have the monetary power, the military power, the societal power, because you live in it. All your people are slaves, so they don't have a builder mindset. But here in America, one thing positive about America is you have free thinkers, so you're able to create creative new ideas. Right? So you see different things happening in America. Over there in the other countries, they ain't able to think free. It's this way, and that way. So you got people just robotic. That's how they is in China.
Yeah, they submit.
They just
No fighting them whatsoever. That's where they got locked
They damn near already androids.
Especially how they march. You said the way they march in the military.
They just do whatever the government tells them to do. So how the fuck can a non-free thinking society take down a society where you got nothing but free thinkers that's been building for hundreds of years? They got shit y'all can't even breathe on, man. Over here in the American military, man.
That's what the scripture says. Why is nowhere proud, man? Always a proud, proud nation.
And the proof is in the pudding. You got a tag team with every goddamn body in their mama to even have a fighting chance against the dog.
Yeah,
Right. Right. Yeah.
You get a call back at the end of the year.
Right.
They gonna join.
Russia.
Oh, y'all got a tag team for one motherfucker, man. And even that ain't even enough. That shows you that the Lord is dealing with you.
That's right.
All these BRICS nations that came together and they still ain't got the power enough to,
And one day they're gonna find that out, and then they're gonna say, fuck it.
you got to push the button.
Push the fucking button. Because I'll be damned if I go through another 40 years.
So they're gonna go to war about that thing.
Yeah.
That's really what it's all about. They're gonna find out, damn, we really can't overpower this because they don't understand the law part of law.
God, that's why Scripture talks about that. That merchant city, man. Like all these things they going way over America, man. Because what? Like you said, they get their power, they get their money, they get their products and all that stuff. Like I said, that's how these nations thrive, man. We are Babylon, but once it's destroyed, like I said, who's gonna be the world? Like I said, who's gonna be the superpower?
Yes, them Saudi Arabian princes. Them Saudi Arabian princes. How the fuck y'all get so rich? Like Edomite, Morgan, JP Morgan took his ass over there and said, look, I'm gonna start my own company. I'm gonna use y'all. I'm gonna use y'all land to do it. So outsource it to y'all. Oh really? Yeah. Without E, you ain't shit.
What your man Alex Jones said, he got pissed off. He said, man, fuck it, I'm just ready. Just hurry up and push the button. He said, get the shit over with.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Yeah.
You can't take down the Edomites. The Lord dealing with it. Matter of fact, you do that in Romans. Be subject to the higher power. You gotta be subject to the higher power. If you ain't subject to the higher power, you resisting the will of Yahweh by your own time.
That's what these other nations don't understand.
You resisting the will of Yahweh by your own time, man.
And don't forget, like I said, these other nations, they had time to rule. You know what I mean? Like, they had their rulership between 40, 60, or maybe 100 years. So they had their time of rulership already. So now it's time for like Islamic rulership, and that's it, man.
Time for the ass going to slavery. Really got it?
Carlos.
This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the high power. For there is no power but of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
See? There's only one power. But the reason why we doing this is because the Lord dealing with us. So nobody can vocab. You can't come in and tell me what the fuck to do and tell us what the fuck to do. We the authority. Under Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
God of Israel.
You trying to teach us the scriptures. Fuck out of here, man. You ain't the authority on the scriptures. We not letting no Christians try to be the authority amongst us, man. Like they breaking something down, like they telling us something new. Nigga, we know it. Jesus loved everybody. He died for everybody's sins.
You can do whatever, you can do whatever you want.
Do whatever the fuck you want. You're not telling us nothing.
There's a, you just see there's a Christian porn star.
Yeah.
She said she was put on earth to basically enjoy sex in a roundabout way. But that's Christianity, because what does the script see? And I try to tell people when when you talking to people out in the world, you don't tell them everything, but I just try to tell them the scriptures was here before Christianity. Christianity was thrown on the scriptures. That's what the scriptures say. A woman ain't supposed to deal with more than one man. A woman ain't supposed to live with a woman. But this woman is a Christian, and she thinks she here to fuck. You know, not to procreate. You know, because the scriptures say be fruitful, well, us to be fruitful and multiply. But she just want to fuck. You know what I mean? That's all. That's out.
Trying to fulfill all her sexual immoralities.
It's a demon.
Think God dealing with, man.
It's a demon.
Like these niggas, they just through.
Yeah.
They just lost in their 20s. They don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
Probably in the military too.
Yeah, they look like military.
It probably is.
Just going above.
They better go to war.
Yeah.
It says, for there is no power but of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 2, whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
There you go. So if you resist the power that's with you, you ain't fighting me. You fighting the Lord. So you're gonna lose every fucking time. I don't give a damn. You got the bricks, the tricks. Damn, what the fuck you got? You ain't gonna be one. Because until the Lord is done wielding this nigga around the earth, that, he ain't gonna fall. When the Lord is ready for either fall, that's when he's gonna fall.
That's right. If that was the case, like I said, these other nations, like I said, you know what I mean? They would have been war with America right now. Like I said, we would have been at war with them.
Right.
Yeah. If it was up to them.
Yeah, it was up to you. Of course. Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like I said, you know, of course, these other nations don't believe in war. But I'm just saying, you know, they might have said, let's go take America right now. But of course, you know, like I said, they're not going to do it. 'Cause like you said, they know.
Yeah, that's what,
I got to use that.
that's why Yahweh Shah said,
You got to.
that's why Yahweh Shah said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar, because he understood, you know, and during that time, Rome had to be set up during that time, you know, to fulfill that part of the beast,
That's right.
you know?
Yep.
Yeah, because they were trying to be smart. Do we serve our Lord or the Caesar?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
They were trying to be smart. The Lord said, look, render unto Caesar what is Caesar, render unto the Lord what is the Lord. Caesar want earthly things. So you pay your bills on time, take care of your carnal priorities, and make sure that you render unto the Lord what belongs to him. That's his spirit. The spiritual increase. That's the balance. We're in the world, but we're not of the world.
That's right.
So we'll pay these fucking demonic ass tones.
Yeah, you got to.
Straight up.
Because I'm worried about the Gilberton. Gilberton clothes, I gotta take.
And look, they catch you. If you got the easy pass, you know, sometimes you might ran your joint. Yo, they ain't sent me something for 3 months now.
Yeah,
Or like
they put the interest on it.
$200.
Yeah.
And now I gotta pay it. If I don't pay it, I can't.
They'll put a hold on your
Registration and all that shit.
You're a fucking demon. It's so bad. That's why you gotta go up.
It took you about 3 months to you know, for them to mail it in.
Yeah, I got a letter from the DMV the other day. You owe the fuck?
Hey, you know what's crazy too? Like I said, I got to do my medical part, but don't do that. They're gonna suspend my, you know, my license.
Hey, remember when the Jordan Bridge was being built?
Yeah.
I remember.
they said the first 30 days it was free, right? So everybody hitting that joint. Boom, boom. Everybody got a little $800, you know. Like, yo, this damn devil, yo.
You funny. You funny.
Devil, yeah.
You say the first thing. No, it's free. You say $800.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like,
Wow.
it was multiple people. Like, a whole bunch of people.
Fucking on Christmas. But we'll pay this shit. We're doing it before we
They got to.
because we gotta take our priority. But we're gonna bring it to the Lord. It's the Lord's also. No, but
Right. When I get I got something on it.
you know, they be supplanting like a motherfucker. You know,
Yeah, you got to.
nigga, yeah, we be living the child support shit. Jake ain't home. Nigga ain't been in that residence for 3 months.
Yep.
Hey, I was there.
Yep.
Nigga, you be sitting there.
Right? Oh, shit. Jake, look at it. Won't open it. I ain't seen it.
Put that shit back in the mailbox, return to send it, bitch. See if this shit works.
God.
Oh, first second.
All right. I wanted to bring this precept out about the nations warring with Esau. Pretty much, they don't have power because of what the Lord had set up as far as Cain. So this is Genesis 4th chapter. I'm gonna start at the 14th verse. It says, "Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth."
So what are they doing now? Hiding behind everything except being an Edomite. I'm white, I'm British,
Native American.
I'm Native American, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Christian, I'm a pilgrim, I'm a Jew. Everything under the earth except for what their nationality is, their biblical nationality, right? Because they're a vagabond, right? Go ahead, Billy.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Yeah, why was Cain saying this? Because his pigment was taken away from him. He didn't look like everybody else no more. So people would look at him and be like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? Remember, that was the first time anybody ever looked like that. So people would have looked at, what the fuck is this shit? And they would have got them attacked this motherfucker. Right? Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
That's why you can't put your hands on Esau when you're little shit. Do something to Edomite. They gonna throw you the book and under the damn jail.
And Yahweh set a mark.
Even Tubal Cain said that. Right? He said, the Lord said, if you put hands on Cain, vengeance shall be put upon you. So me, it should be sevenfold. He was bumping his shit. Tubal Cain, the first rapper. He the first nigga rapper. Read how he was talking. He was talking shit. Put vengeance on me. Nigga, he was basically saying, get it back in blood. Yeah, get it back in blood. That's the first niggas, man. Cain, the line of Cain, they the first niggas, man.
And Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
And then that's what you see today. So he's able to run around free with his loss of pigment, right? And say, oh, I'm Jewish. Nigga, prove it. You ain't showing me the curses y'all fit yet. You ain't showing me none of the curses y'all fit yet. What curse in the then this guy what they'll say is oh well, the curses are specific to every single Israelite, which is true. Not every curse fell upon every single Israelite, but you still can't show me a curse that y'all have. And where are you born? Where's the bald-headed Amalek chicks? Because the scripture said that the southern kingdom chicks, if you lose they hair.
Right.
We can wear any Judite chick and come up the street and show you that. Sister, take that head booty out real quick. Shut them for underneath that way. You know? Put it back home. That's enough. That's enough. They get it.
That was it? Okay. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of men the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein, man. You know, so that's good self-explanatory, man. So whoever's in leadership, the people gonna follow after, man. So as officers, like I said, like I said, everybody's in league with the government, man. You know, that's what you do when you sign a contract or an oath, man. Especially in the military, man. What are you doing? You're giving your life to the government, man. So what? You gotta follow the orders of whatever they do, whether you like it or not, man. You know, if you stand against it, you're gonna be basically go to jail or basically put to death, man, according to his society. And then it says, verse 3, and it says, an unwise king destroyeth his people. We know who that's talking about. Through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is given to the hands of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
In due time. Read that again.
And it says, verse 4, it says, the power of the earth is given to the hand of the Lord. Like you said before, like you said the other verse, like Daniel, he set over the bases of men.
Psalm 75, you put him down one, set him up.
And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
In due time, he gonna give the rulership to one that is profitable. In due time, he gonna set up one that is profitable. Who's that? Jacob. The 12 sons, baby. The inheritance of the kingdom. Right? And every we have differences amongst the tribes, but you gotta understand, each and every single one of us come from a different brother. So of course, Ephraim gonna be different from Judah, Manasseh gonna be different from Levi. Yeah. We came from different brothers. Yeah. Shit, you see how the brothers worked amongst each other. Sometimes they didn't agree. You see how they did Joseph. Right? They threw Joseph in a pit and had him sold in Egypt. You know, brothers fight. Now look at Ephraim and Manasseh today. Right? They vied. They kind of vied with Judah. But Reuben, you know what I'm saying? You go to the story. Reuben had his hand in it. Yeah. Reuben, you don't see them vying with Reuben like that.
Oh, scripture talks about that. That I read the scripture talks about that. Judah shall wax Ephraim, Ephraim shall wax Judah. You know, but of course, like I said, it's gonna come to some of the Lord's gonna, basically dispel all the hatred, man. When we're gonna come together, but just adding on what you were saying. You know, like I say, there's a hatred continue among the tribes, due to the curses. Of course, but as you can see, all brothers in the truth, come from different tribes, man. That's what we doing, man. We coming together, man. We coming that one staff. You know?
Yeah, matter of fact, get over there. That's a nigga. Legion. Roach. He talking about us got money. This is damn real. Take up this.
That's a nickname.
Stepped on roach. You know that. Step on the roach, but it's still kicking.
Yeah.
Added three in his head.
That's a nickname, the roach. That's a nice name, though.
Oh, matter of fact, I saw the Habakkuk first.
Oh, yeah. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
Yeah, we watching this nigga. We watching the Lord's word. We watching our prophecy. We watch those videos. The videos are digital epistles and digital letters. So like you're reading the letters of Luke, Matthew, Mark, James. The videos brothers put up today, it's the same as that thing. It's letters to the church. But just we live in a digital time. So you got to take heed to those videos, right? Because you can miss out. I can't go a week without tuning in. Can you imagine something go a week without being tuned in to what's going on? You will miss a whole lot. Because every week is a new topic, it's a new subject. Every week is something that doesn't happen. They got to be addressed. Or you might just miss out on a video that you need to hear. I heard a video comparison a couple days ago. It cut me. I'm like, man, that's the spirit. I need to hear that. Man. And I got hyped. I said, cut my ass. Because you need to hear that. You need to hear. Sometimes you need to hear it from another brother.
Yeah, whatever the party take care of.
Yeah, because you telling yourself something sometimes it don't resonate. Sometimes the Lord will put the spirit on another brother. It could be a brother that's been in the truth way less than you. need to hear from you just need to hear from the
It's about the
hear
message.
that.
It's about, yeah,
It's the spirit.
yeah, that's what it's about the message.
So you don't want to miss out on the videos that get put out. Because they're for your benefit. Go ahead.
Con, it says, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the
See,
vision.
what shall I answer when I reprove? So you get your ass cut. You get corrected. You know? Which is a beautiful thing. Righteous men love correction. They love rebuke when needed. Chastisement when needed. Because we fall short daily. So you can't sit there and tell me you don't need to be rebuked and chastised by something. Tell me you're a perfect individual.
Yeah, the scripture say, you rebuke a fool, he'll hate you. You rebuke a wise man, he'll love you. You know, so we're looking for that rebuke. You know, we understand that we still in these carnal bodies. You know, these fleshly bodies that are subject to sin. And, you know, we subject to go off. You know, in all aspects of life. You know, until we get those new bodies.
And when you rebuke somebody, that person ain't supposed to then bring up your focus
here. You know,
because they got rebuked, they bring up your focus.
yeah.
But by the way, I'm gonna put your shit out on the table. That's all. Let's lay it all on the line.
Yeah,
What about? Damn.
Yeah.
But are you gonna correct what the fuck you got going on?
You know, they're smooth words.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they ain't correct what they got rebuked about. They just threw all your dirty laundry out there. Fuck what they had going on.
So you're truly not trying to grow in this thing.
Yeah.
You know, you just wanna look the part.
Look the
You
part.
know, you get rebuked and now all of a sudden your doctrine on. We ain't my bad.
That's a general statement. That ain't a time.
Nobody. You're right.
Nobody. That nigga watch everybody video.
Say something about the yeah.
Video, nigga.
Yes.
Wait for somebody to say something. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
How do you run? You go teach, right? You get that fire. You first learn the truth, you got that fire. Think about that moment first, the real truth. And some brothers might have learned from different teachers at first, when you finally got that true doctrine. You just felt like, God, you just felt like you was in control. Your pupils just moving, dilate, you just soaking up all the knowledge. You on a computer or on your phone, just
Like you got superpower.
yeah. It's more than tap into your third eye, your pineal gland.
That X-Men Apocalypse, when he gave the mutants more of their power, you know, I mean, that's how you felt. That hot. You know?
You on the tube for hours.
What is this? Up to 5 in the morning.
And you want to tell everybody. You're like, man, you know we do. You know what I'm saying? First person I had told was my best friend. I say this all the time, but the first person I had told was my best friend in the world. I'm with me because that's who you think. Get it, yeah. So you want to share it with me. So I ran up. As soon as I said, yo, see this? You need to see this. Sat him there. All right. That look, that's the look. That's the look.
So,
You just sitting there. You telling them. It ain't resonating. Yeah, okay.
That's that veil right
All right,
there.
yeah.
That's that
Yeah,
veil.
all right.
as soon as you left.
Lead to the next
Yeah.
What's called bugging out?
Or he might just deal with you as regular, but he ain't really in it. But it hurts you because it's like,
Yeah.
Man, you can't see.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
but this is the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life. And he can't see it. He ain't having it. That's when you realize how the truth really ain't for everybody.
And then what's even wilder is people that knew the truth before you, they might have put you on, and now they bugged out. Because what's the scripture say? It's better to not have known the truth. You know what I mean? And our person, I'm speaking for myself. I know a good number of people that know the truth. They might still say they bugged out. You know what I mean? Bugged out. Back smoking, out there fighting, acting a fool in the streets, you know. It's crazy, man.
And the scripture say, matter of fact, let me get this real quick. It's Sirach chapter 1. I'm going to read verse 29. Sirach chapter 1, verse 29. It says, be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. So, like the brother going into, you could bring somebody to truth, because you ain't examining yourself over yourself, your ass fall out, right? Because it says, it's in verse 30, it says, exalt not thyself, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to fear the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit.
He's just bringing that out.
Amidst the congregation, he won't show it amongst the congregation, because you didn't come in to fear the Lord, you came in deceit. The Lord knew your heart.
You didn't really want to grow. You just doing this for the look. You know what I mean? Not sincere. Wow.
Yeah, the scriptures tell us to mark those kind of men. You know, they Apostle Gabar like to go into it a lot. You know, that Scorpio, marking a guy like that. You know, telling us, hey, that's a guy you don't want to be like. He went into that rabbit hole and got lost. You know.
Because I got open eyes. You had more on it?
Yeah.
Who's reading?
We'll get it.
Habakkuk chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 2 again. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Can we read that again? Again, that verse again?
It says, for the vision is yet for an important time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
That's right, man. That's why, again, I mean, that's why what? The Lord sent us prophecies for a reason, man. You know, over time, like I said, we see what's going on. Like when the scripture talks about what? Rumors of wars, man. As you see, like I said, rumors is slowly but surely coming up, man. You know, and on top of that, like what? The food crisis, the pollutions, everything that's going on, man. Like I said, the Lord told us these things, man. He said, what? When these times will come, then shall the end come, man. So we know that it's definitely in that basically the end times, though. You know what I mean? Our forefathers, you know what I mean? They'll be waiting for this day to happen.
Yeah, that's because a lot of people, like, when somebody say we in the last days, man, my great-grandma been saying that shit forever. But what the scripture say, don't tarry, wait for it, because it surely will come. You know?
Yeah. It's like the Ryan Garcia and the Tank Davis fight, man. You needed the build up for it to happen, man. The Lord is gradually building everything up, man.
And the fight went quick.
Yep, went quick.
That's
Less than an hour.
Yeah, that's how it was, right?
You know? So when the Lord, you know, really bring, you know, this thing on a high level of the things that He's about to judge on America, man, it's really going to come. And the next thing you know, we're going to be celebrating in the kingdom about it, man. You know, the second, you know, passing of a quote unquote Egypt.
Done. And again, the verse that you read up, it's like in the verse that you read up, it said what? Make it right and plain upon tables, man. Isn't this word plain unto the holy? And it says what? And what? And it's acceptable back unto the wicked. So that's what the wicked don't understand the times that we live in. That's why it says in Matthew, you know, this is a generation that seeketh a sign, but no sign shall be given unto it, man. You know, the generation, like I say, the wicked, the 2/3 of our people, they don't see the signs of the times that we're living in, man. You know, they can't understand that, like I said, all this, build this black community and building black wealth and bringing back Wall Street. You know, like man, our people been saying that for what? For decades, man. And then what has that brought us? Nothing, man. You know, as a matter of fact, like I said, man, we're even in a lower position than we was prior, man. Because back then, what we had, you know, like I said, a little bit of establishments and all that, but it's over for that, man. You know, prime example, like I said, even Dr. Paul Anderson, when you watch the video on Breakfast Club, I mean, that pretty much breaks it down pretty much to a T, man. Like I said, it's too late for all that.
Yeah, y'all both see that. That's a much work. Those make sure they got time. Move with Dr. Claude Anderson, Breakfast Club.
Well, just him in general, we'll tell you the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't put no cut on it.
Yeah,
Watch that one. You got time.
But damn, I just lost train of thought. What was you saying? Can you say your last one? What you were saying?
We got talking about Dr. Claude Anderson.
Wait, he was talking about the community.
Yeah. That's why it's madness, because that's why I laugh at these dudes like Myson and all these new people that's marching and trying to preach revolution and all that. It's insanity because we've seen that. Like you said, we've seen it over and over again. We've seen Martin Luther King. We've seen Malcolm. We've seen all that. Ain't none of that's gonna bring us out of the hell that we live in. Man. You know, it's insanity to think that, oh, now I'm gonna try it. There's gonna be some change. Nah, what you talking about? Well, hold on, baby. Let's say this is all a rerun. I haven't seen all this already.
And the fact that, like I said, back then, I mean, how you say, of course, we was on captivity, but, Esau didn't put that leisure, like that. Because, like I say, like I said, because you had stuff. But now, like I say, Esau got a hold of that more tighter. So, like I said, so it's even hard now, especially with these rules and stipulations. I mean, what? You got to build acres of land, you got to buy that. And like I said, and you already know that on top of that, people don't like to support each other due to the curses. Then you got fines, rules and stipulations, license, and all that stuff. You got to do all that stuff, and then that's even more harder, especially with Jake, especially in this society.
But at the same time, even let's say we did get that right, we forget that these other blessings was the fatness of the earth. Say you got your farm running good and smooth and everything. He's gonna do something. He's gonna drop some. He might drop a couple poppy seeds. And then dope plant be growing out, and now your whole shit be running down. ATF, and it's over with. All that hard, got your people together, all that money you saved up, all this agriculture, it's over. Only one thing's gonna get us out of here, and that's the Lord. That's right.
Even when you look at their process, a lot of times it's not able to even get to that level because who's in charge of where you get your stuff from? Right. So a lot of times they'll prolong the process and give you a hard time. Let's say you buy land, right? What do you want to put on that land? Right? You may need piping, you may need plumbing system, right? You need labor. You need so much. What are you building up there? You need fertile soil. You need all types of stuff. You got to go to his institutions to get these things set up. And once they find this a nigga, these like I always say, it's a secret society within every major institution, especially agriculture. So they find it's a nigga, but it's a nigga's league. Yeah, give him the worst shit. Drag it out.
Give him the wild Irish rose at the bottom of the barrel.
I don't know if Rose seen that show Greenville. I believe it's called Greenville. But the guy, it was Jake. It was a family. They had a farm. But they would go to the auction and try to get trailers and tractors for the farm. Because they needed to tend to the farm. But Esau would backhand them. All the Edomites would come together and make sure they're not able to auction, get the tractors and trailers from the auction, so they're not able to get the proper equipment. The equipment they were getting was broken down, always need maintenance and cost more money. So when you find out, when you actually go into these things like the agriculture business and all these things, Esau's already flipped that system. So you go to these auctions and you go to these places to get your equipment and things you need, your licenses. It's Esau there. They looking at you like, fuck this nigga come here. And they don't want to work with you. So a lot of times we don't even get to that point. But if it was to happen, like the brother said, if it was to happen to that point, what's to stop them from planting some shit on your damn land? It's crazy, man. We're not free until we're sovereign. We're not going to be able to live a just life, right? Because the wicked is everything is a false balance for this guy, even the wages. Everybody should be making enough to where they can live and not have to worry about bills.
Like my desire always brings it out the scripture. When the righteous are in authority, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Then what is that? They just announced a $1 billion project for Wells Fargo. So that's just a slap in the face to every homeless person in America. Everybody living paycheck to paycheck. Everybody waiting on another stimulus check.
Especially in Virginia.
That $1 billion could have went to the people.
Yeah, especially Virginia, because like I said, after the summit in the water, which is going on today and tomorrow, Virginia, the state, they wanted to give $2 million, to help fix the roads and all that stuff, but they didn't give it to the people, So they show you, like I said, it was all for a special event. But like you said before, you got wicked people in authority, like you said. They don't care about the people. To the point that, I'm starting to see homeless people around my ears, so to speak.
And to the point
I'm getting tired. Not to be rude, but, like I say, it kind of is annoying when you see homeless, especially, you know, when you look like, damn, man, I got homeless over here. Now I gotta look at that shit.
Yeah, look.
No,
Damn,
No,
No,
that's,
I mean,
that's real though. I
no,
feel you.
I mean,
Because you do be like, what the fuck?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's mainly Edomites, and he's like,
But-
he's
Cokehead, crackhead.
It's to the point that the true homeless, because you know, it's a lot of scammers there. But the homeless, these homeless people, they fed up too. They get attitude. They get bold now. Hey, well, you come to the damn red light. You know, they usually had a sign. They could be with the staff. They come look. yo, they bugging out.
They be in your shit.
Yeah.
I work at,
What's up?
I work at, it's the same way out every day. The nigga know he's seeing you. Nigga know I'm not giving you money, but it's still that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, just fucking get it.
There's one Edomite. His sign in the side of P-Town. Help put some cheese on this, spread some cheese on this cracker. That's his sign. You see them? Yeah, like,
oh, you would
This shit went viral one day.
but that shows, I know I see him on top, but that shows you that this, hey, having to 2-4, it shows not right up. I know he's there, but he don't even care about his own people. You know what I mean? If he can keep us down, he don't care about putting the law of his people, keep them there. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of homeless either. That shit
Yeah.
crazy.
And they believed in that. Oh, I fight for my country shit.
Yeah.
Now they taking all these damn pills because they insane. They got a wooden leg, you know, because they went out there and believed that shit. Now look at it. You know what I mean?
Scripture talks about there's not more than the Lord hates is a man of war that suffers poverty. Poverty.
Yeah, nigga went to war, got half his face blown off. Can't even get a hot meal. This place is crazy.
He had the soup kitchen in line.
Right. With a robot leg.
Come on.
Tink. Look at it, man. This shit crazy.
Poor Tink.
Poor little Tink. Wounded warriors, man. Yeah. Now I used to see them when I used to work on the military job. I used to see them all the time. Wounded warriors should come in for PT.
Oh, physical therapy.
Some of them face fucked up. I mean, missing legs. It's all fucked. They're the wounded warrior clique. You know what I'm saying? Through. For what? Right? That's all the fight. Every war that America has been in has been based off of violence. It's correct. So you haven't been fighting for sure too. And then fuck y'all anyways, when y'all go out there, y'all rape and slaughter and pillage all the people. Y'all do take all wild acts to the people out there, so fuck y'all. Y'all in that predicament because the war was running that facts.
Yeah. No matter what you could try to help him, it's not gonna do anything. All you doing is waste. Like so you may give him 7 day a week in a hotel, but after that, I mean, what's the point? Now they just back on the street. I mean, what's the point of all that? Like,
They
you just
think
wasted
that's
500.
bad. Wait till the war from Armageddon one. Scripture say their bodies should just lay there and they stink from their carcasses. Lord don't give a damn about y'all military.
That's right.
He building the tabernacles of David, mighty men. Right? Lord, when we be those men, we gonna come back and fight with our lords. Right?
Flavor.
That my Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah.
CJ think it's a game. That's why hey, the blood is off our hands. Everybody know when he goes, everybody know. Everybody know that. Once Kanye and Kyrie, everybody and their mama put it out there, it's not a secret. Everybody knows. They don't care. They do not consider it as the scripture says. So since you don't care, since you don't consider it, hey, the blood is off our hands, it's on you now. Now you gotta be judged according to the covenant laws, man. Right? Go ahead. You don't have the blood of Yahweh Shah covering you. So now your own blood is required. So we blew the alarm. People say the watchman blow out the alarm and see the enemy coming, the evil coming. We've been sounding the horn. But you got niggas right there. Is that was my Hebrew Israelite? Nigga, you a Hebrew Israelite. But see, Jacob is destroyed. Destroyed for lack of knowledge. Good, bro.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, so we living by faith. we see how wicked he is and how wicked his society is. But we're not going to let that deter us away from righteousness, right? And living right to the best of our ability, right? We're not going to let it vex us to the point that it turns us wicked. You can't let an evil world turn you evil. You can't let a wicked world turn you wicked. And that's what you see with these people out here. Because the world is wicked, they decided to be wicked. That's no excuse.
Like you brought out earlier, no retaliation.
You got to overcome a wicked world. That's the point of us being here, brothers, to overcome, not to be overcome. Because when your ass died, you can't say, "The Lord, it was so wicked and crazy down there, and nigga, you're not fit to rule in my kingdom." And the Lord is just about to say, you wasn't able to overcome, you're not fit to rule in my kingdom. Go over there to the side. Right? But those that are fit to rule are going to be put in a high pinnacle when the Lord comes back. Because we withstood the trial, right? We withstood the trial. That's what it's about, brother. Being vexed, being stressed, right? Going through the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations. But we overcoming those so we can get that crown. Go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 5, yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell.
Yeah, brother put up a map of military bases in the world. Pull it up real quick. Google military bases, U.S. military bases in the world. This will show you how all over the place. Even in that so-called enemies countries, they got bases up there. Because he what? Keep it not at home. Try to find a good one again. You got one? Here. See, this is bananas.
Gosh, dang.
This is bananas. So we can show it to the Caribbean. U.S. military bases around the world. Y'all got the same rule? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. How can you war with a man?
Damn,
Like
y'all got them all. You won.
But yeah, but look, then they go tell Russia, hey, y'all leave Ukraine alone. What the fuck? Can we have something? Can we have our own land? You know, but that shows the scriptures are spot on.
That goes back to that cartoon I always talk about. The man that destroyed the earth. You know what I mean? He won't stop. He had everything. He just had to keep tearing stuff up. Do this out. Not the other side.
It's close to right here. Right
So, you know, he can't. Hey, you brought out Adam to the floor. He can't have enough. He really can't get right. He got to keep tearing up this place. You know what I mean? That's the whole world. They still gonna keep building. You gonna build on top of your own shit. You know what I mean?
He's insatiable. He can't be satisfied. He has an insatiable spirit. You know? No matter what happens, what the scripture says. Go ahead, brother.
It says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied. Woo. But he gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
So that's why you can see what you see in America. You don't see that. You just see everybody with everybody. Amalekite with a Moabite, Moabite with a Judite, Judite with a Cushite, Cushite with an Elamite, Edomite with a Levite. You know what I'm saying? Just straight a big bowl of confusion. And you see all type of goofies too. All type of made up characters. Nickelodeon Jack. The scripture say, when I became a man, I put away childish things. Why you got reptiles? Chucky and Taffy. That shit was lit when he was in the days when he was kids. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man. Go ahead, man.
It says, verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and taunting proverb against him, and saying, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, because you had an inheritance, but you went after everybody else's inheritance. You was given the land of Eden. Now you went and chased you taking it. I want your inheritance, Boaz. I want your inheritance, John. I want your inheritance, Jacob. Yeah. So since you wanted everybody else's inheritance, you're gonna be left with nothing. And that's when we get to Obadiah, that's what it's gonna say. And in the end, you're gonna have nothing. You ain't gonna have no land, right? All you're gonna have is your name. Esau. Like Joshua. Wasted away is he. Is this he that made the earth to tremble? Everybody gonna look at you and discuss. Because another thing, that lack of pigment is gonna be frowned upon in the kingdom. Here it's accepted because everything's turned upside down. And in the kingdom, people gonna look at it like,
Remember, he's called the basis of men. So they gonna be like, ain't no way he had y'all. You know, he was on top of y'all. Nah, ain't no way. He ain't got no rhythm.
you look at every nation, every nation has melanin. Right? Look at them Elamites right there. Yep. They melanated people. Every nation has melanated people besides this nation. Why is that? When the brother brought out the curse of Cain, if they see me, they should kill me. Right? Even like me and the brother Kawhi, we was talking in chat this week about South America, how they don't show you that majority of South Americans, Jakes is down there, they brown skinned people, but they mainly show the likeness, which a lot of those are terrorists, but a lot of them do have that real life complexion. Because scriptures say that Jacob is a spoken bird. So we do have a lot of light brothers and sisters. Scriptures even tell you David was ready. So David had the complexion of like Rose Kent, Malcolm X. Yeah. King David had your complexion. Right? You will be considered ready. You know?
Yeah, that's what they call the term, like, you know, like red bone.
Yeah, like red bone. Yeah. You know? That's a King David. So we always was a spoken bird. Even in the kingdom, every brother ain't gonna be disrespectful. You know, the Lord loves the ride. We have different shades. But we're a melanated people, that's important. But we don't have that dirty look. You see a dark-skinned Elamite, that nigga look dirty. It's just dry, it's dry melanin. It ain't got that glow.
We mean us and our natural. Listen,
Even
they're drug addicts.
yeah, that's true. But you put
Like my man that rolled by, talking about he look fucked up.
the majority of us, you put that shea butter on.
Yeah.
You put them oils in that skin.
Wash your ass correctly.
It's gonna go. I'm telling you, it's gonna hit. See that thing in the sun.
Okay. You know what they say about the scripture? Hey, scripture says what wisdom maketh a man's face to shine. You can see that glow.
You get Jake like the oils that we into and stuff.
Yeah, that thing hitting the sun. What? You see what we got to thank the Lord there. Because Esau taught you to hate your melanin, hate your hair. You got the best hair texture in the world.
To add on to that, that's why when we was in hardcore slavery, they used to call us shines, you know, because our skin used to shine, you know. And they were envious of that, but they taught it was ugly, you know.
And even with our hair, there's so many different variations of our hair. You know what I
You
mean?
have tight curls, you have looser curls.
Yeah.
It's all woolly.
Yeah.
It depends on the type. But it's just
kind of insult, yeah.
I love when I see a chick that do that chick with long, when her woolly hair that's long like that, tell me that's the best texture hair, bro. Can't nothing beat that. That's how it's supposed to look. That stringy, doggy shit, that shit is nasty. For real, that Edomite stringy doggy
Especially when
shit.
it's wet, you smell like you can smell
That
it.
shit look wet.
You can smell it, especially when it's wet.
You know, shorty hair feel like cotton. Yo.
You can sleep
Lay
in
on
that
it,
thing.
yeah. Lay on it.
Yeah,
But see, and what's wrong with the Judite women nowadays? The ones that do have hair like that, they don't want to maintain it, so they want to quick
They
the
want to lock it up.
I gotta.
Shorty, I'm talking to you. She got long shit. I'm locked. They said you get lost, I'm locking you out. Facts. Facts. I'm not put them fucking locks in your head. Scriptures tell you the glory of a woman is her hair.
that's right.
Fuck you locking your head.
But I was
Some
gonna
of the women
say,
that got good hair, you mean,
I
they cut it off. You know?
one of my
Yeah,
people's
talking
back,
about some always.
back home,
Yeah.
she has the, in my eyes, you know, we all like what we like. She has that long, and it curls. Like it's curly, but long as it can be. And she hates it because she says she can't manage it. To me, it's the most beautiful thing I ever seen because it's like tight curls, thick. And you know, women hate having thick hair. Women hate having it because it's hard to manage. I'm not hard as you gotta take your time. And I'm talking about her shit is down in here, and she'll cut it short. A year later, it's back down here. You know what I mean?
But see, even with that, that's why
money.
in the kingdom they're gonna have concubines and servants
Right.
to maintain their hair for them, because they do have a valid point, because they gotta work now,
Yeah.
they got a slave, so they don't have the time to maintain like they really were created to do. But in the kingdom, that shit gonna flow and niggas gonna fucking Moabite.
Holding her hair
You know
while
what I'm
she's
saying? One gonna be doing the toes, you know. Another one gonna be doing the hands. Think old woman gonna be complaining that day. She got four different women tending to her. One getting facial, you know. And every single one of our wives gonna be like
and
this.
they're gonna be in the right spirit. Because if you gave,
That's what the concubines are for. Like our concubines, when we have our harem brothers, our concubines are put there to serve our Israelite wives. Their service to our Israel. They not on the same level as Israel. So if you really get a Moabite concubine, and you fuck her every now and then, she not put there to be on a level as your wife. She put there to serve your wife. So when your wife come around, she gonna might backhand a bitch. That's you don't give a fuck. You eating shit. Knock the fuck out. Some shit going on around the harem of the lake. You may pay a visit to the women's chambers. Like, yeah, it's going down now. That's yeah, keep over there.
be like this, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
That's their business. You know what I'm saying? The wives, our Israelite wives are gonna have charge over there. You know?
I was gonna say they gonna be in the right spirit though, because imagine our women now with that luxury of being tend to like that. That they, you know, they father the devil because they still will want more. You know, they be looking at you. Hey, you come over here. You know.
It's supposed to rain today. It's supposed to start like late as night, rain into the morning.
The Lord should have canceled that whole song.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 7, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee in a way, that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booty unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwells therein.
Yeah, because you spoil many people, you gonna be spoiled. You gonna become booty. You gonna become a treasure. We're gonna find ways to cut your ass in the slavery. You know, we're gonna have to think of creative ways. The way you did us was dirty. Put us on them ships like that. They said the ceiling of the ship, underneath the ship, was like 5 feet. Average Israelite man is pushing 6 feet, especially during them times. So you down there, you in chains, locked next to each other, and you gotta sit paid for months. Those were dire conditions, bro. This nigga didn't give a fuck. And he'd come down 3 months. It stinks down here. No shit, nigga. It's no bath. It's no soap. It's rotten flesh, nigga.
If I might say, a lot of insurance companies got their beginnings from them voyages.
Yep.
That got funded. That was funded. That shit.
You know?
You seasick, brothers was throwing up on themselves.
Menstrual cycle.
All type of shit was going on them ships. It was a constant trade cycle. It was just going. It was called the Triangular Atlantic Slave Trade. You ship the goods to the Hamites. They ship the cargo to America. The labor force ships the riches back to Europe. Europe ships the goods to the Hamites. The Hamites take the labor force to America. America takes the riches to Europe. That was the trade. And y'all got rich off our backs. So what are we gonna do to you? Because you're the lowest motherfucker on earth. Exactly. Hundreds of years of free labor. Europe, yes, Europe. Because you trying to hide your hand. You've been hiding, nigga. Everybody want to talk about America. Europe got way richer than America off of the slave trade, man. You know, Britain, France, Germany. All them European nations, man. They more guilty than America. Fuck, they gave the decree. Where do you think the decree came from to go get us and put us in slavery? From Europe. The kings of France. So we got something for the peace. The peace, the Lord got something for the peace. You just wait, yo. You just wait, because the Lord will come down there and conquer that area too. You know? Where we at? Where is Ariel?
Habakkuk 2 and verse 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul.
Yeah, you brought shame upon yourself, and that's why when slavery comes up on the topic of Jim Crow, you don't want to talk about it because you got to deal with what you did. The forefathers did. The lynchings, the cookouts, postcards, the thousands of you outside watching one nigga get lynched and alive. You got to answer for that. That's a shameful history. What type of diabolical people would be okay with that? Watching nigga get burnt. Who would want to watch that?
Yeah, like it, cut his penis off. Just chop it up in pieces. You get a piece, I get a piece.
What type of weirdos are these people, man? The brother Karal was sitting I guess he had a museum in D.C. Looking at all the history of our plight in America. You just see it's a big horror story, man. It's a real life horror story what we've been through, man.
And you need
The
two
Jim Crow era, the slavery era, just everything we've been through in the Caribbean. It's a horror story, man. The list is ridiculous. If you really go and look at what we've been through here, it would astound you. That's why I put in the chat. I said he might send vocab that man. Let that nigga see what we've been through before you open your mouth about our history. You got no right to speak about our history, about what we've been through. You don't know the half.
No, I was going to say real quick, you need a full 2 whole days to go through that whole museum. Yeah, you can't. 1 day is not enough. It's that big. It's like 3 visible floors and like 2 floors down.
History.
It's called the African Museum. The museum in D.C. that shows all the.
I think it's next to the Holocaust Museum. It's around that area.
I've been there though. I've seen it. It's fun.
I think they got like a little wagon where it has like actual blood from like the state.
It's another one I seen that they never events.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so even if you said the Holocaust is real, right? We ain't gonna say that word. The hologram event. Even if you say the hologram event is real, how the hell does 3 years? Because I think they say it lasted 3 to 4 years. How the hell does 3 to 4 years last over 400 years? It's still in the hands of the people that enslaved.
They don't even.
That ain't even a conversation. Even if that did happen to your people over there in Germany, that ain't even a conversation. So you'll have these, we've been through stuff.
The hologram.
But that just shows you the pride of these things.
They don't even have the numbers right on that.
Yeah, but
The amount of.
they say that they did a count the amount of Amalekites that were there. In Germany wasn't even that many, but regardless.
But compared to what we went through for
it's not a
generations,
conversation.
it's
That's
not a
why.
conversation. That's what I'm saying. They don't even talking about it. Especially being 6 months into the ship, coming from the west coast of Africa to here, 6 months. That's a long time. You know, I'm surprised that, like I said, we were able to even go through that. Can you imagine being in the ship for 6 months?
That's just we just talking about Southern King.
Yeah,
we talking about Northern
Right.
King. So miss us, man. That's why the only thing they gonna understand is that rod. We ain't out here to talk to you, niggas. We just doing this to please y'all by some other shit. Y'all gonna understand us when we beat the shit out of y'all on a daily basis too. Because you see how when we talk about it, get us riled up, that's how you know that's what's gonna happen when the Lord puts spirit on us. That's how we gonna be able to dash their enemies. Because the Lord is gonna put a fiery spirit on us, and we gonna have that red eyes. We gonna look like killer shit.
They understand violence. We know that.
Yeah, that's the only.
That's the only language they understand.
Like Emmett Till's accuser. Oh, I told the elder I know. I said, look, I can't wait to meet her in the kingdom. I said, we'll see her in the kingdom. Wherever plantation she at in the kingdom, I'm gonna be there a lot. Yeah. I'm gonna make an annual visit, yearly. Once a year, we going there. We beating her ass. Where she at? And we gonna make sure the 144. We gonna make sure wherever Emmett Till come back in, whoever son he come back in, we gonna make sure. Come on,
Get you a
Get
piece.
your lips. However he come back, we gonna make sure he gonna be there every day for us.
Wake up in the middle of the night.
Duck boy. Cause she thinks she got away with it. Cause they said on her deathbed she admitted that she lied about the whole thing. So cause they think they get away with the shit, right? Bitch, you ain't get away. You ain't get away at all. The game's just about to begin.
Oh yeah. Don't forget. That's why the scripture says, "What let their blood be on the forefather." I mean, their children, because don't forget, she got children and grandchildren that's still alive to this day. So, I mean, of course, I mean, she gonna get it. But on top of that, her offspring gonna get it, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the scripture says, "What they multiply, it is what for the sword, man."
They gonna even do. But when she coming back in the reincarnation, with her ass fucked up. Cause they think they get away scot. You ain't get the game's about to begin. We about to come outside and play. Every Edomite that died and does with this some wicked shit. Jerry Springer, your ass too, nigga.
She probably just girl
That
right
damn
now.
show. Did he use that show to boost that wicked, culture of our people down and out?
Jerry, bitches throwing their breasts.
Yeah, you can see that. A fake one.
He made him. Yeah. He made a mockery of our people.
He ain't made a market. Him and fucking what's the other nigga? Lord.
But that's what's crazy. Just on a worldly thing. As soon as he passed, that's all you seen, Jake. Yeah, R.I.P. He ain't give a fuck about Harry Belafonte. Harry Belafonte just gave up the ghost. You ain't seen no Jake talk about that. Only talking about Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that he a Malachite too.
That's what I just
He
said.
did okay because that's like
How a random nigga just get a big show like that? You know, you gotta be juiced in.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I ain't know Harry Belafonte, but
Yeah, he just passed like last week.
yeah, so that show you Jacob, they goofies. Uncle Jerry.
Yeah.
From the 90s. That's what it is.
Damn, not the homie. Not the homie. Yeah, the homie's making a mockery.
Make a mockery of
Hey, what's the other one? Maury?
it. Yeah.
They said Maury.
Baby daddy. You ain't the baby daddy.
She still
No, they said
going
Maury
on.
be trying to get his feels on the women when they fall out. Oh, he'll be all right.
You remember when he ran in the back room? The back when he started running?
Yeah. Say Steve Wilkos. Yeah, Steve Wilkos. All these random ass Edomites got these shows showing Jake in negative lights.
Did you harass this woman when you was 18?
Oh,
Judge Judy.
Yeah, they said, one dude went off script, and she said, "I'm here to embarrass you," while I was on a commercial break or whatever. She broke it down like, "This is my job to embarrass you." So that's what it, hey, we looked up at as a spectacle, man, as a people, as a whole.
Like I said, the only
That's why Judge O'Brien was going into a lot of that stuff. He was breaking down that whole Hollywood system and all that. He been drilling a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah, to get him out.
About how it works.
And what happened? They've been demonizing. They get caught drunk.
I mean,
Shit like that.
He was breaking out how who was vice president did. Kamala, he was talking about how big of a slut she is, how many dudes she slept with he was bringing out real events though, like shit that he knows happened.
You remember the video I sent brothers in the chat before she got popping? She was messing with what's Montel, the other. What was his name? Montel Williams.
Yeah.
And there's a video. He walking around like a pimp. He had her on one side and had a Edomite chick on the other side, but she was with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but to show you, like I said, all this stuff is just a charade of acting, man. You know, I mean, how can somebody, from that, like I said, being a side piece, all the way being a vice president? Come on, man. All this stuff is scripted.
Yep.
You know, just like that Ukraine bullshit, man. Y'all seen the video? Him being a food pop dancing videos with high heels.
Yeah, the Ukraine president.
Actors, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, before he was the president, he came out of nowhere as the Ukraine president. But before he was like a comedian. He was a famous comedian doing weird shit. He's a puppet. All these niggas is puppets. It's a show. Go ahead, Zoriel.
Habakkuk 2 in verse.
It shows you he sacrificed Ukraine, and then he was a puppet to sacrifice Ukraine.
Dang.
Go ahead,
Verse 12, it says, "Woe to him that built up a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. Behold, is it not of Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves with the vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea.
So that's what you're seeing. You know, you took this land by blood and iniquity, but now the knowledge of the Lord is being spread throughout the earth. And your wickedness is being shown to the world. Your nakedness is being shown. Your sin. And the whole world is starting to realize who the devil is, that old serpent that we brought in Revelation, that dragon. People are really realizing you the problem on the earth. Even it's even brought up how AI technology was to begin to rule, it will eventually come to the conclusion that so-called white people are the problem. Right? And they show you that in Terminator, Skynet. They said to prevent further chaos, we have to destroy humanity. Skynet was the AI algorithm. They came to the conclusion that humanity is fucking
I
everything.
just watched something with the same story.
So the AI will eventually come to be like, this man is doing this shit. It's the white man.
You remember the AI bot killed itself when it was working, right? Yeah, that's basically what you explaining.
But we, the water you have us no show, we ain't gonna get too far
Yeah,
into
we
this weird old technocracy.
Yeah, that's why the Lord said, what you shall say about a remnant. Well, it's supposed to be like Sodom and Gomorrah. Like I said, just abomination. You know, humans sleeping with robots, and, all that. So don't get to the point. That's what the Lord. That's what the Lord set up boundaries for this devil, man. You know, so he can't go past where he's at. Like I said, think about, like I said, we already know that. Like I said, we went to another planet. Going to the moon and all that. Come on, man, you did that 50 years ago. Come on, why can't we do that now? Come on, man. Remember, some of these videos like the movie I, Robot, right? Said what the year, I don't know, 2013 or 2023. You got flying ships and all that. Robots would be. Come on, that's all. That's what Esau wants. He wants an enterprise. That's why Superman says what this enterprise shall fail, man. The NWO is gonna fail.
Yeah, I think it was 2023. Yeah.
It what? Around there, but
That's his wet dream. Even in the Jetsons, going all the way back, nigga Jetsons getting the spaceship. Nigga, been looking. You ain't getting to that point. All right? That's not your glory. That's not for you.
A lot of stuff that was in the Jetsons. It is here though. You got FaceTime.
Yeah, that's how I wouldn't say he got flying cars, but I don't know how he does it, man. But we don't know what this devil got. But basically, what I'm trying to say, like I said, it's not. It's not here for the average common folk. That's what it is, for the average people.
He's not gonna be living in space. He not gonna. There's a certain balance he can get to. His wet dream is to take his wickedness to other planets, other galaxies, other realms.
Right now,
after he done fucked up the whole earth.
Right now, all he can do is go into the ground and back into the cliffs of the rocks. That's what he's doing with all these bunkers and shit.
They believe 7 years from right now that they'll be immortal. I was watching a documentary.
That's the 20
maybe like a few.
That's what it's all about. Transform, because what they want to do, where it goes to, it goes to transhumanism, taking the subconsciousness. That's what the whole Kalanga is about. They'll be able to take the subconsciousness, moving themselves from one vessel to another. That's what they plan to do. That's how they think they're going to achieve immortality through their technocracy.
Without without reprograting, so to speak. Unless you're going against another thing. Going against the Most High, what he was designed to do.
Yep, transhumanism. But that's how you know we almost out of here. That's right. Because they're not going to achieve that. And they said they want a lot. They said they want the people chipped by 2025.
They actually made a cell. I forgot how they did it, but they made a cell that didn't require a female. You know what I'm saying?
I seen that.
Yeah.
When did it split?
They either made it out of some type of plant matter or something, but they made it that a female is not required.
Yeah, I think I seen that.
That's
It's getting freaky deaky. So we need Lord, but we close brothers. We close brothers. We ain't gonna be here that much longer. Like I said, I just let. I pray we not here past 2025. Just let Trump get in there one more time. Do what he gotta do. Pray them guillotines.
Your man, he trying to get another run. Crazy joke.
That's what I like.
Yeah, he might not even be here.
That's my President Trump, man. Tell you, man, he gonna get it done. But will.
Yeah, he might not. He might be out of here. That might be a hologram.
AI technology.
Oh yeah, you see him, like you said, you know what I mean?
CIA,
You see
The
what they
face
doing
mask,
with the
man.
AI with the rap music, and so you know they can. They got Biggie rapping Mobb Deep joint to the T. So you know they can do his voice like that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's what I said, man. That I said you don't even know what's real anymore when you watch social media, man. Real. That's scary.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 15 says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness."
And that's what he did to us. All right? He calls us to go off. He sneaks pork casing on the sauce, chicken sausage. All right? Put pork in marshmallows, put pork in the toothpaste. That's a contraband. Yeah. You can have all. She won't straight BBC. Straight. No filter. No news. Just give it to him. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, but he calls you to drink of his sin. Cause he knows he's wicked, but he wants everybody else to be in the same predicament he is. I can't get the inheritance. Nobody can. So he built a society where people are liable to go off. Right? That's why you look at the drug trade. Where they showed you in the show with the show that everybody loves, Snowfall, which this show you Jake has a low mindset. They're disappointed at what's his name? Saints. His ended because they glorify that lifestyle. But nigga, that's the reality. Either jail, dead, or fucked up. But you had Jake literally like,
You know, Jake don't realize it's Jake don't realize how real that is, though. Because that happened to a lot of these winos and fiends you see out here. Back in the day, they was the men, you know, and they fell. You know,
but going back to that point, who calls you to drink of that cup? Who financed the drug trade? Who's the main culprit behind the whole thing? He was working with what? The CIA. Calls you to drink of that cup, calls you to go off. Here it is. Jake glorifying niggas that literally will kill you in real life. This nigga will murder you in cold blood. He don't give a fuck. Saint don't give a fuck about you. That type of nigga don't give a fuck about you. He poisoned his own people. Got them turned out. But you glorifying a nigga that will literally kill you in real life. That shows you how people have a low mindset. That black culture is number on our people. They glorify that lifestyle. That's why they love that rap music so much. They glorify that lifestyle. But it puts you in a low mind frame, man. You gotta come up out of this shit. Put off this old bullshit that is not benefiting you in no way, shape, or form. It's the most destructive thing that has happened to our people. It's destroyed our women. It's destroyed our men. All they care about is the shade room and the gossip that's in there. They are destroyed people. Loving hip hop, basketball runs, all this goofy ass shit. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 16, "Thou art filled with the shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered."
And that's what you're seeing. The truth is uncovering this nigga. And now we know exactly who you are. You are Esau. You're not white. You're not the Jews. Because in the world, we was okay with him being calling himself the Jews. Right? We wasn't giving him out. We trying to get $1, trying to lay up with something, hanging out with the boys. Jews, we don't give a fuck about them. They do what they do. But the truth revealed to us, oh no, there's a certain power structure on the earth. And right now, the wrong nigga is in power. And not only that, we're the true inheritors of the earth. So, oh hell no, nigga, we definitely gotta expose you. I'm just gonna call you out my small shot. Because you're the devil that the Bible speaks of, and you're not gonna tell us nothing different. Because thus saith the Lord.
And he's definitely getting exposed. That's why he hurt. Yeah, he hurting, man. You know, like I said, even 2/3 of some of the world starting to realize, wow, man. Like I said, these Jews do rule the world. You know, they even say some of their cartoons, you know, like South Park. Jewish, to pertain to whatever. You know what I mean? Like I said, you got TV shows, like South Park and, some of these other, TV shows, and you say, those aren't the real Jews. You're the real Jew,
Yeah, they mock us on television. I remember in the New Roots, not the old one, I love the old one. I watched every single one. I'm talking about from Kunta getting sold on the ship all the way to Kunta's great-great-great-grandson when he in the military. That shit, I love that. Yeah, they did a whole bunch of them shit. But the revised one,
They got T.I. in it, right?
the new one,
Yeah.
I think T.I. is in it, but the new one they had did, 2 times they reference us being the Israelites. When the overseer came to the plantation, he said,
Oh, you got every nigga up here except the lost tribes of Israel.
that's what he said.
You got every nigga up here except the lost tribes of Israel.
So they throw it in your face. They tell you every month, every minute who you are. But we don't need them to tell us that. The Spirit has revealed it unto us. It's like we don't need y'all to open up our book, because this is our book. This is our heritage. These scrolls were passed down from our forefathers. We don't need y'all to open up our book and tell us the breakdowns. Because y'all wasn't going into Obadiah for us. Y'all wasn't going into the book of Nahum, Habakkuk. Never heard y'all mention Esau one day in the Christian church until the prophets came out. And y'all had a problem with it. Y'all never even mentioned Moab. Y'all never even mentioned the tribes of Jacob. Y'all never mentioned none of the nationalities, man. Now y'all the expert on who Jacob and Esau is. Miss me with that shit, man. You just, you brought, shame has been brought upon you now. And now you have to answer for your deeds. That's all it is. You know if we're right, you're fucked. That's why. That's why you combating what we're saying. Because if we're right, there's nothing you can do to stop what's coming. Hey, the brother's been sharing that video of the angels. Said the dude said the angels came out looking like African American men.
6'5".
They was at least 6'5". They look scary as fuck. They look like they never been conquered. They had some big ass weapons. Yeah. That's you done. Can you imagine the amount of and there's no telling what they're seeing on them NASA, Space Force. No telling what they're seeing and keeping back from the people.
Yeah.
They're probably seeing all type of crazy shit. That's keeping them up at night.
Waiting for that moment.
Yeah. Could you imagine being an Edomite and you seeing dark-skinned men coming out of chariots? Machines that you can't even define? That defy the laws of gravity in this realm that they can travel between realms?
Walking with Excalibur.
Yeah.
That'll put that'll make you piss on yourself. Shit on yourself. Your bowels are filled. If I'm an Edomite and I'm seeing that, I'm like, we're fucked. Well, if they ever decide to come, they definitely ain't coming for us. You know? But see, we know whose side they're on because we see them all the time, brothers.
Yeah, y'all depicted us as Marvin the Martian. Nah. Nah.
Much bigger than that. Much bigger than that. Scripture said the angel to Jacob's thigh up there. And Jacob was not no small man, brother. I'll tell you right now, Jacob had to been at least 6'6". Probably pushing 230, 250 solid muscle. Non-GMO grains, fruits, veggies.
He was bringing it to the angel.
Yeah.
Had to. Get him off me.
You know what I'm saying? What? He took, He took 2 grown men that
Carry
Muscle
coats,
rings.
man.
I said, damn.
You know, they was big men back then. The scriptures tell you, consider how less stature we are these days. So Jacob wasn't no small man. He's a big dude. And the angel put that work on. Can I show you the type of power you coming up against? Bro, one angel can wipe the earth out.
Yeah, nah, sure.
That's the power we get. But the Lord wants to bring the posse. The Lord wants to have the whole crew.
Yeah.
He want to have the angels and his brothers. You get some over there. You get some over there. One of you should put 100 afloat. Right? That's the fun in it. Because what's the fun of this one? What's that saying? It ain't fun if the homies can't have it. What's the point if just one brother just killing everything?
Say I had the Oprah spirit. You get to eat them. You get to eat them. You get to eat them. Everybody gets to eat them.
You go look up in the sky, seeing bros fly. Oh shit! Brothers throwing shit. Get your ass back in.
Yeah, but too many things at one time.
It's gonna be going down. It's gonna be going down.
You see that one Edomite flying over somebody? Yeah.
Like what I say with Hancock do the
Yeah.
Matter of
Imagine if you see that. Like,
fact, brother, give me that in Isaiah. They should mount up with wings. Give me that real quick, because that's when hunting season comes into effect. Right?
Okay.
It's an asshole. Yeah.
That's not. I was old.
What y'all been?
40.
40. Get that real quick.
This is Isaiah 40, and I started at 29. And it says, He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, He increased strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as an eagle. They shall run and not be weary.
So you gonna have the power of Flash.
Yep.
You gonna have the power of Superman, and we ain't gonna have no kryptonite.
Yeah.
Here it is, Batman got some kryptonite kicking Superman in.
Right.
Hey, because Superman's name was what? Kal-El in the Hebrew, all power, right? Call Allah. That's what it is in Hebrew, for all power, right? So he represents Jacob. But see, our kryptonite. Oh, you know what our kryptonite was? Sin.
Yeah,
That was what our kryptonite was. Sin. That's how Esau was able to get us to go down. Sin. But see, now that we realize, oh shit, we got to stay away from that kryptonite, right? He can't beat us, because when Superman, the further he gets away from the kryptonite, the stronger he gets. And he start kicking your ass again. That's us. We're moving away from sin, and we're getting stronger and stronger. And we kicking your ass through the spirit and power, how much one shot. And there ain't nothing you can do about it, because we breaking down the strongholds. And as the strongholds are falling down, your image is falling down. Your image is crumbling. That image of a so-called good guy, that Jesus bullshit, Christianity, your monetary system, your military system, all of it's crumbling. Because the spirit is breaking down all your strongholds. The locks that you held on the minds of us, man. Go ahead.
And it reads,
And that's your kryptonite, Esau. The spirit.
Yeah.
Because that ain't your inheritance. You're a carnal motherfucker. You wasn't gifted the spirit. You don't have the oil. You don't have the wine. Your gift was the sword. That's your dominion, the sword. But see, when you step into our domain, the spiritual side, you lose every time. And that's why these so-called theologians having headaches, because they can't compete with us in that. It's like Ryan Garcia in there with Tank. We hitting you with liver shots. You know, fuck. What did I just get into? Right? You down and out. Because it's the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Rashad, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That was it.
They should run and not faint. That's spiritual power, man. Brother, where we at?
Habakkuk 2 in verse, I started 16 again. It says, Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. It says, verse 17, For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city of all that dwell therein.
Now go over to Obadiah. Because this is when and for you Edomites are saying Obadiah, the book of Obadiah already happened. And you got to show me. I did a video a while back. You got to show me the when, where, how, why, right? Why did it happen? When did it happen? Where did it happen? How did it happen? If you can't show me that, then you pulling shit out your ass.
Edomites done away with.
When, where, how, and how. When, where, how, and why. Right?
We need the receipts.
We need the receipts. Because when it comes to us, they want us to pull every fucking proof, every evidence.
No, I want you to show me exactly how every tribe fits. I don't just want to hear the breakdown of Genesis.
Yeah.
We got to prove every single, but when it comes to them, they just pull shit out of their head.
Right.
We're the Jews. No, we're the Jews. But when we bring out the curses that we fit,
nah.
But you ain't bring shit. Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God, concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold,
I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou dwellest in the clefts of the rocks.
Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rocks. He has that high mindset. That's why you look at this society. Skyscrapers, high condos, the 100th floor. Then when the shit on fire, you gotta jump out that motherfucker to get out. What sense is that fucking make?
That's why I set laws on things of that nature, you know? The Lord told us don't build anything over 3 stories, you know? It's for that purpose. It's for safety purposes, you know? Hey, the Lord covers all bases, you know?
Yeah, do you need more than 3 stories? Like, really, think about it. Do you really, even in a business, do you really need more than 3 stories? You got 100 floors, man.
Why?
And it just go up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
And we trust and believe it, man. Right? We ain't dependent upon any black movement, any Islamic movement, any Black Panther movement. We understand it wasn't going to happen that way. The Lord is strategically pulling this man down, piece by piece. He's allowing us to see it. All right? It looks like Esau's using gradualism to bring his beast system, but really it's the Lord gradually pulling his ass down, stripping him bare, piece by piece, ripping his sleeves off, right? Ripping the tie off. Give me this shit. Take this suit off. Nigga. See the filth. See the caveman. And see that hairy chest.
Remember when Dora's daddy ripping shit off of him and shit. Shit just coming off. You're not worthy.
You're being seen for who you are. You can't run no more, Cain. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 5, if these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy.
Yeah, everything that he hid is being sought up. We know how wicked Hollywood is, these industries, music industries, and we thought these were righteous corporations. We thought these was upstanding guys. We realized all these niggas are in filth. Everything that he's built, we realize it's a fucking lie. Even this guy, Tucker Carlson, that they got on Fox News, they fired from Fox News, what happened? He met the elders in New York. And I remember when that actually had happened. But he met the elders in New York, and then after that, he never was the same. He started reporting totally different. Glenn Beck also, Glenn Beck stuff, because they realized the lies. Even Edomites are like, yo, some Edomites are like, yo, this shit is too much. You know it's bad with Edomites are saying, yo, this shit, all right, nigga. This is just too goddamn.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
That's what Glenn Beck said. What's going on here?
Because he was bringing about the Native American history, about the similarities that they have to the Israelites. Bro.
That's funny.
And he got fired right after that.
We didn't make it fired from that type of shit. You know there's something wrong. You know, especially these arguments. Everybody's watching on a daily basis. That goes to show you there's something wrong.
Yep. These hidden things are sought up. Go ahead, brothers.
It says, verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroys the wise man out of Edom, and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of Mount Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, because in that day, especially when them nukes about to be shut off, they're going to have just that dry, amazed look, like what the fuck is going on? A state of confusion. Like, is this really happening? Are we really about to die from nuclear missiles? right? It's gonna be a horrible, horrible feeling.
Teaming is the Germans, right?
Yeah. Because that's what the creation of Luke came from.
That's Wonder Woman.
Last
Movie and Wonder Woman.
It says, verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Not to mention them seeing the chariots, right? Seeing the fathership. They're going to have an amazed look. And a very fearful look. They're going to be afraid. But that's why they're going to run to the bunkers. Because they're going to know what time it is. Man. But the scriptures even tell you, we're going to get you out of the bunkers. That's going to be fun. Dragging your ass up out of the bunkers, man. And they got underground cities. These ain't no fucking little hut bunkers, man. These are like towns on the ground, man. They've been shipping cattle down there for decades, land, growing goddamn artificial soil and shit. They got all type of shit down there, man. Labor force. Go ahead, bro.
It says, in that day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and the foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, and the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Verse 13, thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Verse 14, neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done. It shall be done unto thee, that reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have...
So let's go to the history. Like the Babylonians, you know, when they sacked the temple, you know, and Esau, instead of Esau coming to our aid, what do? They praised him. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But
that's the cup. The scripture says the cup shall be passed unto you. The cup that you have given people to drink, it should be given unto you. Which is just, which goes back to the Lord's original law. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You know, he does everything according to his law. Everybody don't see him as just, but that's another balance. You know, everybody, you have believers, you have unbelievers. You have those that agree, you have those that disagree. Right? Go ahead.
It says, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
So what's their possessions? Their land, their cattle, their heritage, right? Everything that was stolen from them, right? Not black culture. You ain't taking BET. You ain't taking BET, uncut, Nelly tip drill videos, right? Oh, we taking the righteous ways of Yahweh, the righteous ways of the Lord. The kingdom of order, a kingdom of structure, a kingdom of righteous morals, standards, you know? Go ahead, bro.
It says, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai have spoken it. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria. And Benjamin shall possess Gilead. And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. And the Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Who's those singers? The elect. You know, we was down there a couple months ago. I was telling the guy, there's more than one Savior. Right? You have the ultimate Savior, which is our Lord, and you have the elect brothers, which are like as Saviors too. Because they're like deliverers in a way. You know? You got a question, brother? I asked him, we about to wrap it up, and so I just want to make sure.
Man, that's the 7 Nation Army.
Yeah. NATO. Yeah.
And that's like Lucille Ball riding that thing, man.
Crazy. Well, if you ain't got a question, we will go and wrap it up. We've been out here for,
I had a vision of God the other day, and he had 1,000-gram plate on his chest, and he had a bracelet on his wrist that was worth more than all the weight of the gold in the world. And I've seen that image before because I used to follow the Black Israelites in Los Angeles, but I never thought about it. And then I had the vision yesterday, and like they don't have nothing on God, like nothing. Like this is all an illusion. I can see through all their disguises. They're walking serpents, like more than that. Like it's so deep and complex, and they're seizing people's lives. They're seizuring people's lives. Like they're using us like we're cars. They're repossessing our cars.
they call us cattle. Yeah. Boy.
And like this land is not supposed to be this way. Like it's supposed to be for sleepwalkers and everything, but it's not supposed to be for them to take advantage of all these people while they're asleep.
That's right.
Like these are people that they're alive, but they're not alive.
That's right. Walking dead. Hey, you right, brother. You right, dead. You right.
I called, like today, I called for the Lord and I called for some type of help because they're everywhere and I can see them. Like, and like I'm connecting to something deeper, and they've been trying to destroy me. I don't know how you guys are here, but like you guys are everything I prayed for like the last like 72 hours. Like I thought I was surrounded, and I thought that I was in hell in this place because like I feel like I'm the kid with the sixth sense. Like I can see him. Some of these people are not alive.
That's a wicked world, but you know, there's individuals like that want to go down that right path, and that keeps that balance. That keeps that righteous balance. But, hey man, keep on that right path and continue to work out your with your beliefs. Don't let this world break you down to a point you want to give up or want to become like them. Because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to tear you down to the point you become like everybody else.
72 hours ago, I realized their plots and their schemes and how like the most simple thing traps and ensnares our people. So like I've been documenting for the last 3 days everything that they do to deceive us. Every little thing. Things that people wouldn't even think of or understand. So I'm completely have walked away from this. This place isn't even America. It's not called America. It's a stolen land. Is there anywhere that I can be able to hear you all and study with you all?
Well, we come out here more every Saturday, but we're on YouTube also. Brother, give him a positive offer. Close out. Go ahead, give him that. Yeah, I'm going to close out.
Or do you guys have any literature, any paperwork?
No,
I didn't bring my cell phone that's not connected. This is just my. But if you guys are out here every Saturday, I live down the street.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Type in.
For you, and it's YouTube. It's all one word, okay?
All right.
Elders in Transit, and then the number 3, put it all together.
Gotcha. Okay. And right here every Saturday?
We try to be here every Saturday, so if you ever want to listen, you'll be out here.
I'll be out here every Saturday if y'all out here. There ain't nothing else for me. There ain't no other church for me to go to. There ain't no proper service. They even took our places of worship.
But look, oddly enough, it's funny because that we were talking about earlier too. That video of David, that was following behind that guy who was about to do wickedness, and these spirits are ramping up in these last days, There's all kind of evil spirits,
So yeah, man, we be out here every Saturday. You catch us again, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? We go ahead and close up. All right, brothers. We hope it was edified. We're going to close up. We want to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Propagash.
I'm on to our elder Paul from that great millstone. Shalom to all on that. We want to say, Wolf, love a ball.
Wolf, love a ball.
Shalom, Yahshua.
Shalom, Yahshua.
Shalom.
I appreciate y'all, man. God bless.